What up, everybody? What's going down? How's everybody living? How's everybody living? We're gonna wait until we get a few people in here. Uh, before this is gonna be a really dope show. Okay, tonight. This is part two of what we were talking about. Do you have to have the ring to do wifely duties? We got the ladies speaking up, and they're gonna rebuttal and give their thoughts. So uh I'm telling you, I can't wait, man. I'm telling you, I gotta. This show is gonna be fire tonight. Okay, you don't want to miss this. Share this, share this, share this, share this. Also, if you like what we do here, please send the cash app. Okay, hook a brother up. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So we can support the channel, so we can have more dialogue. We have more content, great content for you like this. All right. So, all right. Without further ado, I would like to introduce my co-host, the lovely and wonderful Eliza Havoc in the building. My producer, Road Dog Media, Road Diggity Dog, and our co-panelist, Mama Wolf Seven, her very first time being on the show. And here's the thing: this is the first episode, and here's the thing of a part two thing, and my co-host will announce what the show will be called. So I will give her the honor and the duty to do that. So without further ado, here's everybody. What's up, y'all?
Hello, hello, hello.
What's going
Eliza,
on?
would you how you doing, Mama Seven, Mama Wolf Seven?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I appreciate you being here. I really do appreciate you being here. Uh, Miss Co-host, can you please announce the title of
Yes,
the
with
show?
without a problem. Tonight is grown and sexy, 21 and over, because with this, we're gonna need some mature attitudes and some mature people. It's a mature subject matter. But hey, this is grown and sexy after hours tonight.
Right,
We're having
right.
adult conversation with adult themes. Children not allowed.
Put the babies up. Put the babies up. God damn it.
Okay? Put the
Also,
babies up and maybe later you can bring the baby maker out.
Eliza, if I may,
Yes.
co-host, may I please dedicate the show to somebody?
Yes, please.
The Lord put it on my heart. Okay.
Go ahead, honey.
The Lord put it on my heart, Road Dog and Miss Mama Wolf Seven, that the show should be dedicated to Schrodinger's cat. That's who we going. That's who we gonna dedicate the show to. Road Dog, would you love to do the honors of why I dedicated the show to Pussycat? I mean Schrodinger's cat. I'm sorry.
I can.
Go ahead.
I got informed probably, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes before the show. I'm not going to say who pointed it out to me, but I want to thank the person. He has passed away. Schrodinger's cat, Vecchio. Apparently, the only thing they know right now, they don't know what's going on. They did announce it earlier today on his show. His wife did. Vecchio, he is a bootlicker that likes to send death threats to people like KDOT, or his people send death threats. Anyways, his wife announced earlier today that he has passed away.
Yeah.
I honestly, it's like we were saying, karma's a bitch.
Ugly bitch.
Or you could say karma is good, however you want to look at it.
We protect it over here.
But I don't wish death upon anybody. I'm sorry to see that he died.
Yeah.
But
We gonna move on.
for what he did and says and everything else, I can only say it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Well, you know what, Road Dog? You know how that expression in the hood, and you from the hood, Road Dog. Eliza, you from the hood too.
Stray Dog. No, actually, he did. He actually died. They found him in a hotel room, is from what I picked up on the little bit that I
Joe Cool in the
watched,
building.
and they don't know what or why yet. It just happened earlier today, but yeah, he has passed away.
So I would like to we have this saying in the hood, we pour it out for our dead homies, pour something out for our dead homies. But I'm not gonna do that because he's not my homie. So I'm gonna drink to this. God bless you.
Hey, Ellie.
Let's move on. Oh Lord. All right. The subject of the show. The subject of the show.
Yes, Beckio.
Part 2.
That's the one.
Yeah, the king of he's the king of trolls. The king. He is the cult leader. Okay? I don't give a shit. That motherfucker ran a cult. All right? And here's the thing why I'm not being see that's why I have Road Dog, because he can he he can get that he can do that because he's Road Dog. Me, I'm Katie. I'm a whole nother fucking. They call me Mr. Disrespectful. Okay, so this motherfucker had motherfuckers threaten my life, coming for me. You understand? So it says in the Bible, God, God. What did I say? I said God will have. What did I say? Damn it, Eliza, help me out.
What you said was, if I remember correctly.
I think it was what was along the lines. God, God will use your enemy as your footstool, or
Yes,
something.
Yeah, that was the.
I don't know what verse that is, but y'all look it up, Google it. Shit, I'm not finna do y'all homework. But it's the truth. It's the truth.
Hey, Joe.
And
No, that's gonna bother me. 'Cause no, I
he
can't
probably
remember.
yeah. So it happened to be in the hotel, huh? What you talking about?
Yeah, I figure probably what it was he was out working on a submarine somewhere or something, and that's why he was in a hotel room.
Yeah,
Because that's what he did for a living, is work on submarines.
which he was a public servant, by the way.
Yes, he was.
Guys, I was also just informed that Hellfire also lost his girlfriend this morning.
Who did?
Hellfire.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if you guys know who that is, but you know,
I've heard the name.
I think I've heard the name too. Well, again, with all seriousness, we wish everybody, we condolences to everybody's family
mhm,
that anybody that lost
I lost
somebody.
a loved one.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, but yeah. So but we gonna keep it moving. We gonna keep it grooving. Um, but um, R.I.P. to everybody.
Hmm.
So, um, may God be with you. But
And to answer your question, K Dot,
yes,
that
sir.
is Psalms 110, verse 1.
There it
Thank
is.
you, sir. Thank you.
Yep. That.
God, look at. Thank you, and that's why you're my producer, because he's always.
See, David.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, David wrote the book of Psalms. So now I wrote because I had heard it before too. I just couldn't remember what verse.
Denver Metro Audit's in the building. What's up, man? What's up, Stray Dog, Joe Cool, my uncle, um, Steve Mazar. How you doing, brother? Um, Becky
Young
on the
man.
building. What's up, mamas? Ellie, The lovely Ellie is in the building. One of my most precious mods. Toe for life. Where the hell you at? This is my son in the back.
That's the troublemaker I
That's the
was hearing in the background.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, that kid's pretty quick witted. You're gonna have to take a back seat once he gets older. I'm telling you.
Oh no, I know I am. I know I am. I mean, he told. Look, when I say he's a roaster for real, he's a roaster. He told this. So some girl was down on his older cousin, right? His older cousin. I mean, she was getting him, and he was like, "Nah, you ain't finna just clown my older cousin, girl. That's why you built like a whole cup holder." I'm like, wait a minute. How you built like a cup holder? Girl, you built like a refrigerator. I'm like, oh my god, this should be illegal. I was crying. I'm like, let me get you out of here. And she was just like, she was laughing too, because she was like, damn, that is funny. Like, how you built like a refrigerator, bro? Like,
Well, all I'm gonna say is honestly, over here we stay protected. Period. And
stay
you all
all day.
understand something.
All
Whenever
day,
it comes
every
to whenever it comes to protection, and
Yeah.
this is one of the things I was saying earlier. You know, certain people, we don't even have to sit there and retaliate. We ain't got to say nothing back. All we got to do is sit back and watch.
No,
Because
Yep.
you know, whenever you know what you got and you know what is surrounding you,
yeah.
you know, you ain't even got to sit there and try to go out your way. Just sit back and watch. Just watch the entertainment. Get your popcorn, get
There
your
we go.
nuts, you know, get your Cracker Jacks, all that good stuff, and just sit back and watch.
The show.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's all you can do.
what is
So
the title
you
of
know
the
what?
show? What's the title of the show?
Okay, so initially you had sat there and put the title of the show as, you know, do we need the ring to do wifely duties? So
That's
we
the
can
title.
go ahead and get it started on that. But
So
me personally,
so I think we should watch the video, right? We're gonna
mhm,
watch the
I
video.
do.
Now there's gonna be some modernized women that's gonna be triggered in this. I'm just
That's
gonna
okay.
let y'all know.
Let him be triggered.
Okay?
It's all right.
No, modernized women. That's what modernized women.
Mm-hmm.
That's not just women. We gotta be careful what our words sound. Okay, I wanna. I'm not trying to get no. Ain't no lynch mob coming after me. Okay. Talk about women. Wait, how'd you get my address? Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to get security in here.
You know,
Let me know when you're ready, and I'll hit play.
go ahead.
You do the honors, co-host.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put myself on mute in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and let it roll.
All right, I'm gonna put myself on mute too.
What's up, baby?
Hey, baby. How your day going?
It's all right. It's been long, but it's been cool, though. So what you been doing today?
Nothing. Chilling. You know I'm on vacation this week. Hey, did you see Lord got engaged on Facebook?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Raise the sound up, honey.
She must be doing something right.
I have it playing through it, so it should be all right.
You saying I ain't doing that right?
Everything about you. Okay,
No, you started the conversation. Go ahead and finish it. You got time?
Oh, I don't got time. I'm on lunch. I came home to get something to eat. I ain't got time.
You go ahead and go. You don't love me. It's cool. You go ahead and go. That's what
I don't love you. I put my ass every day because I love you. What are you talking about?
You love me, but you don't want to marry me.
Of course I want to marry you. If you want me to be honest, I don't think I should marry you.
Jeremy, what does that even mean?
It means I've been at work all day. You know I'm working extra hours because you told me you weren't going to do back. I said, man, okay, cool. I told you 2 days ago. You've been on vacation for a whole week. I told you 2 days ago that I'm not trying to spend no money on no lunch, no. I don't get my haircut yet. I come home on break. I ain't get no food. And not even cold, because you ain't fold no clothes, you ain't wash no dishes, you ain't did nothing.
Okay, so I don't cook and clean.
I didn't say you don't cook and clean. What I am saying is, I feel like you do it because you feel like you have to, versus that's just what you do.
Jeremy, if I was a wife, I would be doing more of those things.
So what you're saying is, I have to marry you, make you my wife, in order for you to start doing wife things.
I mean, I'm just a girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. Sweetie, do you want to marry me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you're a provider, a protector, you watch out for me, I love you. Why would I not want to marry you?
I appreciate that. I love you too. So what you're saying to me is, those are the things you want your husband to do.
Yes.
So you see your husband in me.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So the things I'm doing right now, even though I'm not your husband, you want your husband to do. And the crazy thing is, that's just who I am. Not because it's what I feel like I have to do. I do because that's who Jeremy is. I'm already a husband. I'm just not your husband yet. So you see a husband in me. What do you think I see in you? Oh, that's right. That's right. You're so worried about being a girlfriend. Don't feel like you something to eat.
Ooh, all I'm gonna say is he hit the nail.
Wow.
Baby, he hit the nail on the head, honey. If he
Yeah,
sat
he
there
did.
and hit that nail any harder, it would have went.
Woo!
Oh,
Okay,
you
so
heard me.
we gonna take a okay. You go ahead and navigate that, Miss Havoc. You go ahead and start it off.
Honestly, I think that man is 100% right because, and this is only understand as I speak. I'm only speaking for me. I'm not speaking for all the women in attendance today. You know what I mean?
We just
Sorry,
speaking
Cat, I
modernized.
had to
That's
steal
it.
it from you. But at the end of that, I'm only speaking for me. Whenever I got with my husband, it was second nature for me to do wifely things to such a degree I didn't even realize they were wifely things. I just figured that, through my processes in life, let's go ahead and get this done. Not because I was doing it for somebody else, but because this is what I wanted. I sat there and I cleaned the house because I want to be in a clean house. I cleaned the kitchen because I grew up with the mindset that, baby, I don't cook in a dirty kitchen, okay? And I cook because hell, I want to eat. I cook what the hell I want. On top of the fact that when he talked about saving money, baby, okay, have 4 different bank accounts. It was not a game. Do you hear me? So,
Tabernacle.
whenever it comes to washing clothes, I wash clothes because I got a certain outfit that I like and I like to look and stay fly all day. So, I mean, whenever it came to that, I didn't do that because my husband wanted me to do those things. Now, granted, now that I look back on it, that was probably what my husband was seeing was like, okay, she's on it. You know what I mean? She's doing wifely things. She want to be a wife. No, I was doing Eliza things because Eliza just rolled that way. Okay. So, honestly, I believe the man 100%. And like he said, whenever he's doing husbandly duties, he wasn't doing those things for her. That's just naturally who he was. These are things he picked up in his journey, regardless of whether it was. Give me a moment.
Speaking
She
of
preaching
wifely
today.
duties,
She preaching today. That's what she's doing. She preaching today.
mhm.
Oh my
Yeah.
lord. She hit it right on the nail. Uh
Yeah.
um uh I'm gonna let her finish her and then I'm gonna get to you, Mama Seven.
Sorry, I'm back.
Go
Honestly,
ahead.
though, it's like he said. These are things that he was just doing, and she sat there and was able to see a husband in him. So the first time I saw that, I'm sitting here looking like, first of all, honey, as soon as I sat there and saw dishes, I was like, hold on, but what we doing? Hold on, what's going on? I mean, and then of course I asked, is there kids? Because I will explain, or I do understand that whenever you have other people, some things tend to take a backseat to your child's, the way they're raising, or your process of raising, spending time with the children and stuff like this. But baby, they ain't had no baby. What? Girl, bye. I wish I would. Girl, look, bye. The fact that he still want to marry her is cute. That's real sweet. Cause honey, I wouldn't have.
Okay. Well,
Mm.
that was her reaction from that. Mama Wolf 7. What is your reaction, ma'am?
I actually agree with everything Eliza just said. She looks at him as a husband, but he cannot look at her as a wife because she doesn't. I mean, like, you do this stuff before you even get with anybody. You see what I'm saying? Me, I have 7 people in my house. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you my house is the cleanest house in the neighborhood because it ain't. But I'll be honest with you, I take care of my kids, my husband. Shit, we got 15 damn dogs. You see what I'm saying? These don't get me started on our cats. But my plate is extremely full. On top of all of that, I am going to school. And my kids do virtual learning. My plate is extremely full. But that does not mean I need to do exactly what she did in the video. She's at home, she's chilling. Well, your house needs to be clean. You see what I'm saying? So, no, I don't agree with how the woman was acting in the video. I wouldn't look at her as wifely material.
Right. Right.
So, I have
Those
to say it too. Bye.
and what the thing that got me was that he had mentioned, look, I didn't even get a haircut this week because, you know, I expect, I wanted to put I know we needed the budget for our household, you know what I'm saying? I come in, ain't nothing in the microwave. Like, I didn't even get a fucking Lunchable. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Probably can't get a Lunchable. Like, and you just, oh, you just in the magnet, and you talking about how you want to be a wife. Wait, hold on. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I were to take you on a date, right? We're getting to know each other, but I'm not your husband yet. But I am, like he said, I am a husband.
Mhm.
And I take you out on a date, and at the end of the day, somebody tries to disrespect you. I'm pretty sure you're gonna want me to step in and make sure that doesn't happen. And I just met your ass. All I'm doing is just take you on a date. I don't know if we're gonna have a second date, a third date, nothing like that, right? But because I am a husband, that's what I'm gonna do. And so the issue I have is with modernized women is that you want a traditional man, but you want to be modernized. It's not going to work that way. It's just not. You can't, you know, you can't be out in the streets going to the club with your homegirls and stuff like that, but expecting your husband to be coming home on time, right? You can't.
Right.
I don't want. Here's the thing. If a robber were to come to my house today, it's gonna be my ass that's gonna get up,
Mhm.
okay, and handle that. Because at the end of the day, I need you to tame to the children, get y'all so y'all get the fuck out the house.
Right.
Because if it is my life, I he's gonna have a hard time trying to do that. But at the end of the day, it buys y'all time to get the fuck out the house and get
Becky on
away from
one's
the
up.
situation.
Becky on
Um,
one's up.
K, you going to open? No. We doing a closed panel, Becky, yo.
Hey,
Because
Becky, we've been talking about doing this for weeks and have asked people to contact me about coming up. So that
yeah,
we're leaving the closed panel.
right. And so, and not only that, Becky, yo, I love you to death. You know that. Let's be clear.
I love me some Becky O too.
I love you to
Right.
death. But I mean, I know you speaking loud right now because you got all caps. Uh, she's screaming at me right now. But I just want you to enjoy the show for right now. And the thing is, you already know how I get down. I don't like people over talking people. And Becky, yo, you know him for doing that. I love you to death though. But we with this show we gonna do it. But the next show I got you. You know what I'm saying? We'll see where it go.
Mhm.
But I, I always talking. I love you, Bonita. I love you. Okay,
I love me
you
some
know that.
Becky O. I do. She
I love
reminds me
that.
of my homegirl so much.
Everybody loves
I
Becky
love
O.
me some Becky O. I do.
Um, yeah. So, but next time, no, next time, I promise. I promise, mommy. Uh, but the thing is, like, Road Dog, go ahead, take it over, man. Take what you got.
Well, one of the things I was waiting for you to bring up, something I pointed out, I believe I was the one that pointed it out. It was either me or Old School.
Okay.
When we had this discussion on Saturday, was what makes me think you're going to do this once I put a ring on your finger
That part.
if you're not doing
Right.
it now?
Right.
Right.
If
Right.
you can't do it for me
Right.
now, what makes me think you're going to do it once you have that ring?
And that's facts.
That's true. Very true.
Because we got to be careful. Because you got to understand when we're taking when we're taking a beautiful woman out on a date, that's an investment.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Well, here,
It's
let
an
me say it like
investment.
this. That's what it should be. Now,
Yeah.
being that we're talking about modernized women, we also got to sit there and talk about some of these modernized men out here.
Oh yeah, we
You
definitely
know,
do. And those are
Oh,
so
and we
we'll be
know who those.
covering that.
I'm
We
sorry.
I have to agree.
we
You know,
gonna get there. We
I
gonna get
hate
there because
to.
they the now they the
Well,
fucking
I just want
problem.
to say this one thing, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. I
Yes,
promise
ma'am.
I
Go
am.
ahead. Go ahead.
So for all of those fellas and the young men that are literally sitting there and trying to go on dates just for the sole opportunity to be able to sit there and smash, baby, this is not your show. We're gonna go ahead and need you to go ahead and click off and go to those three lines at the far left of your screen and sit there and see who else is live because this is not the show for you. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
Exit left.
The co-host has spoken, and that's what it is. The queen of the show. Um, the thing is, I want to be very clear. Because we gonna be educating. Um, because and when she's talking about modernized men, we talking about the mama boys. We
Mm-hmm.
talking about the
Oh God.
the uh the dependent men, the
Mm-hmm.
one who wants the women to lead when she's already doing enough already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got a lot on her plate.
You want her to cut the grass too? You want her to
Take
take
out the
out the trash?
trash.
You
More
want
love.
what the fuck? What is you doing?
I
But
mean,
I'm sorry, Road Dog. What else we got next on the agenda, sir?
Oh, you're good. You're good.
um, but yeah, so
can I piggyback off of you real quick,
go ahead.
Mister?
Go ahead.
Yeah. That actually goes to a conversation I had, I believe, with you guys a few days ago, and then I actually had another conversation with another grown person.
Okay.
Um, and this is probably going to be a little bit different as far as the subject matter, and I do apologize ahead of time if I tend to throw some people off. But I want to explain something. You know, a lot of times, the main issue we have is not exactly with modernized women, it is with their willingness to be submissive. And when I say be submissive, part of that is kind of what we saw as far as the actions. Because whenever a man is looking at that, not even a man, because I can't speak for a man, but as a woman looking back at that, whenever I see this, I can already tell that as much as this woman wants to be a wife, honey, you're not in a submissive state. Now, understand when I say submissive, I am not talking about a state where you can be dominated. I'm not talking about a state where you're pretty much a slave. I'm not talking about a state where, somebody is superior or over you. I'm talking about a state where literally you are in a place where, you know, you're with somebody that truly makes you happy, even if it is only temporary. Whenever let me go ahead and put it like this because I feel like I'm kind of getting lost with that one.
No,
Whenever
no.
a woman
No,
truly
no, no.
feels that they are secure, that they truly feel like they are loved, they truly feel like they are protected, okay, and understand this is security, this is financial, physical, mental, emotional. Whenever we are feeling whenever I'm sitting here and talking about we need to feel safety, same way. Whenever I'm sitting here and talking about, we need to sit there and feel love, same way. All four. When I'm sitting here
Right.
talking about we need to have trust, all that. So if a man can give a woman this without the feeling of literally getting anything back, baby, you're gonna get a submissive woman. Period.
Right.
And you're gonna
Right.
end up getting a woman that literally, when she knows you're coming home on your break, even if your break is only 5 minutes and all y'all can do
Mhm.
is talk, baby, everything is gonna be so fucking clean because honey, she's like, oh, you know what? When you get home, I just want to focus on you.
Mhm. Hello.
Right.
You know what I mean? So honestly, I kind of think it goes into a submissive standpoint. If you
Mhm.
can't really be a submissive woman, then you really are not ready to be a wife.
Hello.
And I think what he should have asked her is, why do you want to be a wife? What does that mean to you? Why is that so important? Because if it
I
was,
agree.
your actions will follow suit, right?
Right. Right. Right.
I'm sorry, I've been talking too much. Go ahead, mama.
Mama Wolf Seven, go ahead with your statement.
Sorry, I had to mute my mic. I got a kid that came in. Um,
You're good.
I wanted to capitalize on because Eliza, you said security. I want to tonight. I ran to the store and I was getting my husband some tea.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got pulled over by a cop.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling security is when you can get on the phone and you call your man and be like, "Hey, I just got pulled over. I have no idea what's going on. I know for a fact that I was going to be like." By the way, that was the first thing I said when I seen his lights. I know I was not going over the speed limit.
Right.
And come to find out, it was my tail lights were out and it's
Mhm.
dark. So I called him up. I was like, "Hey, I just got pulled over." He goes, "Okay, see what's going on, and we'll go from there." That very moment, you feel secured, you feel safe
Mm-hmm.
because that's what you want. That's one of the main, like you pointed out there, Eliza.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the, like you pointed out four things there, and I like them all.
Mm-hmm.
I feel safe that I can call him every single time, or I can talk to him every single time. It doesn't matter. It could sound bullcrap to everybody else, but to me, it's not bullcrap, and he sees that.
Exactly.
Me and him have been together for 15 years, and we've been married for almost 13.
Hello.
So, no, I'm not gonna say that we've had a perfect marriage because by all means, no, we have not. But I want him to know that I love him,
Mm-hmm.
and he knows that. So I cook for him. I do my best to clean the house and take care of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is wifely. This is what you do as a parent, as an individual to make your partner or whoever happy,
Mm-hmm.
and they do it in return. That's just
Mm-hmm.
one of those.
Absolutely. And I want to give the actual definition of a submissive wife. So y'all have a clear understanding and stop
Okay. Go ahead.
modernized women stop having this intention. Oh, slave this, slave that.
Mm-hmm.
Is a submissive wife is the definition. Someone who does what she does out of love for her husband. Someone who helps
Yep.
her husband as they work together to achieve their goals. Hello.
I'm gonna need you to say that one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear you.
I
I'm
can
gonna need you to
repeat
say that
that
one
one
more
more
again.
time. No problem. No problem, Queen. Someone who does what she does out of love for her husband. Someone who helps her husband as they work together to
Mm-hmm.
achieve their goals. And that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm after.
When modernized women say they're the prize, that is absolutely not true. The prize is the relationship, the successful
Mhm.
relationship. So when I say I don't want to enter independent woman, I want to enter dependent woman because
Mhm.
she's going to pour into the relationship just as
Mhm.
much as I am.
Right.
Now I
And
will say I will say this, K Dot.
yes, ma'am.
I,
Go
I I may disagree with you on one thing, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
go
you know
ahead.
these come with reasons behind it. Those young ladies, if they feel that they are the prize, then you know what? They're absolutely right. They are the prize. Here's the thing:
Yeah.
Go ahead.
not everybody wants the same prize. Does that make sense?
Say that one
Not
more time.
everybody wants
That
the
makes
same
sense.
prize.
Yeah. It
So
does.
you know, if we're sitting here running a marathon and your prize is, you know, a bottle of water and a good job you did it, or your prize is a slice of cake, baby, both of them are a prize. But after I just got done running a marathon, baby, I'm gonna need some water. Okay? I ain't gonna want that slice of cake. No matter how scrumptious and how sweet and everything else I know it is, I just sat there and ran all that garbage out my body, baby. Okay. Now, mind you, that's not to sit there and say that everybody else has the same mindset. Some might be
Okay.
like, oh, hell yeah, we got cake. That's what's up. So you
Right.
know what? They're right. They are a prize, but baby, you're a prize for a whole different type of thing. And you know what? That's wonderful. If that's what you want to do with your life and that's where your journey is taking you,
Mhm.
baby, Ashe, go ahead and keep it pushing, baby, by all means. But for this over here, whenever you want a husband, not only that, but let me go ahead and say a submissive husband because the Bible actually says that, you know, the team is supposed to submit to each other. Understand, a husband and a wife are supposed to submit to each other. Never one should be dominant over the other. The only thing it said afterwards is that the husband is supposed to love his wife as supposedly God loved the church. We ain't even gonna go into that. It's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother panel. But y'all know that's what the husband's job is supposed to do, aka them four things I sat there and brought up earlier.
Okay.
So whenever it's coming to any of that, kind of like she said, there's been a time I was literally okay. I'm gonna give y'all a little piece about me. And look, this is my pettier days.
Okay.
Okay, don't judge me. Even if you do, I really don't care. So I went to my after my kids got out of school, they went to the library because we had a library that was on the school. My daughter sat there and said, "Mom, somebody's sitting here trying to jump me." I said, "Boo, I'm on my way." I was up there in less than 2 minutes. I'm sitting here looking at 13 kids about ready to take all these little peoples on because at the end of the day, you put your hand on my daughter, baby, is going down. If you want to sit there and act grown, baby, I'm gonna treat you like you grown. I'm gonna whoop you like your mama should have. Now,
Right.
whenever there was a security
I
guard,
agree.
there was a police officer that came out and then sat there and put me in handcuffs.
Uh huh.
Hold up, my daughter called her daddy. All I said was, "Baby, they got me in handcuffs." He said, "Fuck that, I'm on my way." I didn't even have to give the man an explanation about what happened. Excuse my language, sorry. But
Mhm.
he look on his way ASAP. As soon as he got there, mind you, he running there, okay? Because it was automatic. He sat there and said, "Man," he said, "what's going on?" He said, "Dude, I don't want to hear from you. I'm sitting here talking to my wife right now. Do you sit there and flinch wrong? We all going to jail. Period." So when I sit there and I say security, baby, I didn't even have to sit there and explain to the man what happened. And he's already, "Baby, I'm on my way. You sat there and gave me location. That's all I need."
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Hold
That's
on.
all.
Yep.
With ease.
Yep.
Yeah.
Second nature to the man. Okay. I didn't have to beg. I didn't have to plead. I didn't have to barter. I didn't have to do anything extra. Okay.
Right.
So I just want to go ahead and like touch on that real quick. I ain't trying to take up too much of y'all time. Go ahead.
Mama Will 7. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mama.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say. Good.
Okay. I'm gonna say this one point, and then we got a comment from
What's the
Straight Dog
next part of that, Stray?
Straight said, wives submit yourselves to your own husband
Your
and
own husbands.
to the Lord, your own husband. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body in which he is the Savior. Now that is very true. Because and
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say this, there is a ranking system for a reason. Because at the end of the day, my lady, because last time I checked, you was my rib.
Mm.
Let's keep it 1,000. That's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Everything I do. Here's the thing. This is what we were saying yesterday. Men are very simple. We're so fucking simple. We're not that deep. I'm just
It depends on what man you got. When you got a decent
no,
Thank
man,
you.
no,
Thank you.
not
no,
every man is simple, baby.
no, no. I'm not talking about. I'm
No.
not talking about when it comes to philosophy and all that. I'm talking about just if you take the same. Okay, say if you take a dumbass guy and you have a smart, intelligent uh, man, and they in the barbershop
Mhm.
and they discussing about a woman. We're simple as shit, simple
Okay,
as shit.
thanks. I give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. We don't give a shit about the clothes we wear. We do that shit for y'all. The car we drive, we do that shit to impress y'all. The job that we get and the money we bring home, we do that to get to y'all. To go to the club to get y'all. Hello, we don't give a shit about none of that. Us personally, we don't. The jury, I
Hmm.
like jury, but that shit is to get a woman. That's not the. If I
Right,
didn't have to do that to get a woman, I wouldn't wear it. You know
right.
what I'm saying? That we do all that shit to impress you, because that's why I be. Because there was a video that was made by what's her name? What's her name? Saweetie, and this is
Who?
the Sweetie the rapper, Saweetie or
Oh,
whatever that
Um.
name.
I'm good.
Okay.
Um,
I don't.
Right. Me
I
neither.
don't know who that is.
Am I wrong if I say I'm over here busy being a
she
white baby? I don't have
she
time to listen to a
yeah
female rapper
she
sitting here talking about they twat. I mean,
she
look, pussy power all day, but baby, I don't have time. I'm sorry.
so
I don't know who that
so
is.
so basically she did a video with her now ex boyfriend uh uh what's his damn name Quavo
Oh God.
from
Okay,
the
I've heard of that
Migos
one.
the
Okay.
Migos.
Mm-hmm.
I know who that is.
um
Mm-hmm.
so she has stated, ladies, if your man don't get you a Birkin bag, back to the streets for him. Now,
Uh-huh.
let me tell you how much a Birkin bag cost. We're talking about $10,000 for a fucking purse. Okay?
I,
And,
I,
and, and
um,
and you have to get on a waiting list to get the purse, mind you. Go ahead.
Oh, I have a
Let me
feeling
oh,
get
Elijah has one.
Mama 7 real quick. Let me get Mama Wolf 7. Go ahead, Mama Wolf 7. Go ahead.
first of all, I'm already complaining because of how much the purse costs. That is absolutely ridiculous. You know what I can do with $10,000?
Girl, look. I
That's
had
a
my
car.
girl. Look, you said it from my mouth, boo. Go ahead.
Couple
That
fucking
is
cars.
so ridiculous. If
No,
I
let
were to like, okay, I will be honest. There
okay.
is these boots that I want so bad, but I have not asked for them because the boot costs $358.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm not asking for them because first the price is a little ridiculous, so I just have wishful thinking.
Girl,
Right.
you better wear them boots every single time y'all have
Yeah,
sex.
you're damn
None of
right.
those fucking damn boots on, baby.
Out of them
Make that shit
goddamn
worth
boots.
it.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing.
My
The
husband's sitting
reason
next to me.
now let me ask you this, ladies. Why do you think she said that statement, and is she doing that to impress a man, or is she doing that to impress her homegirls or
Okay.
ladies of her peers?
I'm gonna
I
say
digress.
this. Um, First of all, she's
Hmm.
100% doing that as a stunt or a she's trying to clown them. But here's
I
my
agree.
only concern. Um, when you have an understanding that the value of money is going down, okay, and you also have an understanding that at one point in time Baby, you was that little poor hood on the street too, sitting here wishing that somebody sat there and gave you a chance to sit there and view some talent other than what was in between your legs. Let's just keep it 100, all right?
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you were doing that, you were wishing for $10,000, but it wasn't to go for a fucking bag. It was to sit there and do something else. So I'm gonna say this:
Mm-hmm.
as a woman who is a financially savvy woman,
Okay.
I would rather take $10,000 and start a business that's gonna keep blessing me with more money to where
Residual
Right.
if I
income.
decide to go
Hello.
ahead and get hold on in
Yes.
a year, if I decide to go ahead and get my bag, or guess what? It's a business for me and my dude. So at the end of the year, baby, if I decide to go get a bag or he decided he's gonna bless me with a bag, guess
Yeah.
what? Not only can I sit there and say, "Oh, thank you, baby." I mean, it's only a bag. I mean, but okay, thank you so much. But guess what? Now I have resources to put in that motherfucker. Excuse my language. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no, 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 no.
No,
You're
no,
fine.
no.
My thing is,
You're fine.
This ain't
why
deep.
would you spend $10,000 on a bag and then ain't got shit to put in it? Because
Yeah.
everything else costs money. Where you gonna
Right.
get this money from? The fuck? And you know what? That's honestly that's part of my issue with a lot of female rappers. You all are sitting here and doing shit to stunt on one another. My thing is this. Okay, so if you have to stunt, then what does that say about your art? Do you not feel that your art is good enough to carry you? Why you have to? First of all, if you are doing so well and you are here, okay,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I'm all. Whenever I was before I became the person I am today, honey, tunnel vision was a motherfucker. Okay, whenever I wanted something, I actually had ex friends of mine that were males. They were like, "Oh my god, you gonna make somebody a great wife one day," because when you say you want something, within 2 years you get whatever the fuck it is you want. I
Right.
didn't get it at the time. I just figured, shit. Hey, I got it. I said I wanted it. I got it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Um, but like I was saying, tunnel vision is a motherfucker. So that tells me that obviously you ain't really. If you have time to sit there and bicker with peasants, then what? Obviously you're not a queen. What the fuck are you doing? Because I don't know no queen or no king that sits there and bickers with peasants. I don't. Much less sits there and gets things to outdo one another. Now, let me say this. Over here in Europe and maybe in France, they did that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, I'm not going to sit there and waste my time or my resources with my family. And this is hypothetically saying I'm a rapper and, let's say I get 10 stacks. Let's say I get 20 stacks. I'm not going to sit there and spend on some stupid shit. I'm going to sit there and spend on some shit that's going to
Right.
sit there and keep coming back to me. The fuck?
Right.
Like,
Right.
your mindset is not the
Absolutely correct.
same. But I'm gonna need you to stay over there and keep talking about your twat. That's what I'm gonna need you to do.
So Elijah,
Because it must not be worth that 10 stacks that you got.
Elijah,
Especially if you can put a price on it. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna shut up.
I'm gonna need you to answer my question now.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna need
I
you
was
to
doing
answer the
really
question.
Okay, go ahead and restate your question. I'm gonna answer. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
The bag itself, the $10,000 bag. Did she do it to impress her man?
No, she did to impress her friends, her homegirls.
All right.
100%.
Mama Wolf 7. What's your thought? I want to know what the same question.
I'm gonna have to agree with a lot of them. I agree she did to impress her friends, but I also believe that she did to, oh, look what I can, you know what I'm saying? Look how much money I got and da 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 da. You know what I mean? I think it comes down to that too.
Okay.
So, but once
All right.
again, do you know what I can do with $10,000?
Yeah, $10,000. I mean, that's a couple of cars. That's a few cars right there. I'm just saying.
Baby.
That's a down.
You're an asshole. Corey.
I mean,
It ain't just that. Do you know how many businesses you can invest in? Like,
Absolutely.
right. Road Dog. What's your response to that? What do you think? Same question. Do you think she did that to impress her friends, or do you think she did that to impress her man? To give value to the relationship.
I'm going to say her friends, but anybody that looks at her is going to be like, oh my God, that bag. So
Right.
it's to impress everybody around her
mhm.
and everybody that sees her. Has nothing to do with her man, has nothing to do with the relationship. It
Mhm.
has 100% on status.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to turn this around. How many people go out and buy Maseratis? They
Mm-hmm.
go out and buy Lambos. Why? So people will look at them.
Covert pimp. Welcome pimping. Uh, I know you didn't like Pussycat. But yes, we've made that announcement as far as him
Yeah.
dying. We're moving on. Uh, and let's be clear, he didn't like me. I didn't call him out. He didn't. I didn't call. I never called him out until he called me out. So, uh, rest in peace, nigga. So, moving on.
I will
Okay.
say this. You know what? I wish the best for his soul and
Yeah,
whatever,
I mean,
wherever
that's
he
all I
goes
can
from
do.
this one.
I don't want.
But at the end of the day, yes, we were informed, and
And he had a
some of
family. I
our
think
hearts
he
are
had a
heavy.
13-year-old son or something like that. So
My,
all,
my heart goes for the rest of the family that's actually going to have to deal, that's going to survive with the memory of him. That's where my heart is going out to.
yeah, shit, what Miss Havoc said, you know,
Yeah. I
what,
don't
what,
even know who that is.
Honestly, I don't either, but
he was the king of trolls. That's what he was. That's what the fuck he
He
was.
was a bootlicker.
King of bootleggers too.
He went after people that did what we do as far as auditing, cop watching. He would be like opposite of us.
Right.
And if somebody had screwed up or made a mistake, oh, he played it up big time.
Oh yeah, he had one
But
of
when
my
it comes to K Dot
yeah.
smacking them down, did he get kudos? Nope. He just kind of ignored it like, whatever, dude. You got lucky. That
right.
kind of thing.
Soldiers and Cat didn't want it with me. And Road Dog is a prime witness. I emailed him personally, and I told him, I'm like, look, let I called him out as far as after he made the video. He made all his money off of me, and the thing is, I play chess, not checkers,
That
because if
part.
I were to go on his show, he would make another buck off me,
Mm-hmm.
and all you had to do is just, oh well, kick me off the channel or try some way to embarrass me. But I'm not easily phased by that. And the thing is, you're gonna have to try harder. Um, but he didn't wanna debate me. Yeah, he came up with all different type of
No,
excuses and stuff
actually,
like
he
that
wanted to. He wanted
on
to, as
his
long as you.
show. On his show,
That's what
he
I
didn't
started to
want me.
say. He wanted to, but
There's
on his show where he had control because he was a control freak.
Right, right.
Well, police the police is here.
Police to police 719. What's up, my brother?
Hello, hello.
PTP.
I'm sorry. I hate to cut that short conversation short, but we're gonna go ahead and get back on topic.
Yeah, we're gonna get back on topic. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And
But
do you have
what?
that other video queued up, Road Dog?
You're talking about the
The
one.
second link I gave you.
Okay. Well, while
I
they're
put it in the
figuring that
chat.
out,
I
I'm
Let me
put
gonna
it in
go
take a
ahead
look.
and answer one of Road Dog's questions.
Go ahead.
And I don't know if it was his question or just a question I want to present to the viewers. How many times do we sit here and we do things literally just to stunt or to sit there and show the masses of what we have or to insinuate that we have something that they don't just to make them feel a certain type of way?
Oh yeah, I'm a shoot. I'll be the first one to say it. I remember because I used to produce and make beats and stuff like that, and I got paid all type of money. But I remember I
Mhm.
spent $400 on Vizu jeans, one pair. $400. But
Please tell me you
again,
came with a bitch.
not in my 20s, being young and dumb, and I had like $1,000 watches.
Hmm.
In the club trying to impress chicks, and
Hmm.
had nice stupid. Really stupid. Really
It,
fucking
it,
stupid.
it's not that it's stupid, it's a growing process. Because think
Yeah.
about it. Whenever we're teenagers, that's where we're beginning to understand ourselves and then ourselves with other people. And
Right.
so then whenever, the understanding is we need to be able to connect, then it goes to, okay, so what can I do to make myself stand out so that I'm more appealing and I can connect with more people?
I agree.
It's never really a breakdown of we need to understand how to connect so that we can actually connect to the right person eventually.
I agree.
So I
Right.
mean, and I'm dealing with that with my teenage daughter right now. She light skinned and
Same
pretty.
here.
All the little boys are sitting here trying to holler at my daughter, and some of these girls are sitting there trying to come for my daughter. I'm like, baby, you really don't want this smoke. You don't, because
Right.
you got to understand. She got a very, very, very large family, and honestly, if you sit here and you trying to bring homies, baby, we got homies too, and yeah, nah, you don't
You
want
don't
that.
want that. Want that.
Somebody
Right.
sat there and brought
Hey,
their mama.
J-Dot,
I
throw,
came
throw
back there
that
ready
link
to
in
throw
the
down. Like, what's good?
J-Dot, throw that link in the backstage. I know
Okay.
there was another video we played,
Mhm.
but
There you
I
go.
do not have the link to
I'll
it.
put it in. Hold on. Hold on. I'll put it in there. You. There you
Okay.
go. It's in private chat.
Okay, there is a high pitched sound that is coming from.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Uh.
keep hearing it every so often as well.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's not too high
What
pitched for
happened?
me, but I
Oh,
don't know if anybody else was hearing it.
well, I'm hearing it too.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I sat there and my daughter she was doing a TikTok challenge yesterday, and she asked me if I could do it, and I did it, and then she sent it to my oldest son's sister, and she
Okay.
goes, "Oh, look at your mom trying to be cute." I said, "What?" I said, "Okay." I said, "Baby girl, go ahead and record this." And I ain't gonna lie, I stunned it a little bit. I did. I'm that mama that still got it. I know I still got it. That's why I ain't got to do it. But I went ahead and did it. She goes, and then the way I did it, oh my gosh. I almost wish I could show y'all the video, but look, I was clowning. And then I sat there and I told her to make sure she captioned, "Oh, so my mama was trying to be cute. What about now?" And then all you heard in the background was, "Whoa, dang!"
Now
Yeah.
before we play this video, I have I'm gonna ask Mama Wolf 7 first, and then I'm gonna ask you the same question. Um. So in the training of a wife, right? So uh, Mama Wolf 7, is it whose responsibility is to train your daughter to be a wife?
it's my responsibility.
Okay.
I'm plain and simple. It's my responsibility.
And why is it your
I mean,
responsibility?
my husband can't teach her how to be a wife,
Okay.
so that will fall on me. Don't look at me like that.
Well, I'm just picturing me throwing it.
No, that was
I'm
no.
just picturing me
Okay.
throwing
Uh,
catwalk.
Eliza, what is your response to that? What the same question?
My my response is almost the same. Honestly,
Okay.
as far as my daughters, it's my job 100%. It's my job
Okay.
to sit there and teach them what's acceptable. It's my job to sit there and let them know that what, when a boy is talking to you like this, you have to sit there and set the line and sit there and say this is not acceptable. It's my job to sit there and teach my daughters not only how to be a wife, but to actually how to be a wholesome person and
Okay.
what to accept, what not to accept, where you draw the line, to be able to express your opinions in a way to where your guy doesn't feel attacked and things of this nature. And with that, I do get a little help from my husband because, mind you, I don't understand the mindset of a man. So he's going to have to sit there and fill in for that. But yeah, it's my job, 100%.
All right. Let me make something very clear because we got one of his stooges in the building. I noticed that you seen that, Road Dog. Um, let me make this very
This is
fucking
very fucking
okay.
okay.
Covert pimp, whatever the fuck your name is, bro. I'm gonna need you to respect my platform. This man is dead. We moved the fuck on. You understand? Ain't nothing little bank over here. You understand? Let's be very clear. I'm not that guy you want to fuck with. You understand? I'm gonna leave it like that. And if you want the smoke, my guy,
We got a date for you.
we we we, we got a platform for you, right, Roda?
That's it.
We got a
So
platform for you,
Big
motherfucker.
smoke. You want it? You want up on
If,
it?
if
I
you
will
if you
make you
want
the
that
star.
smoke, we can get it, little man. Little covert limp. I mean pimp. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful. But don't come on my fucking platform being disrespectful. You understand? And I'm gonna leave it like that. So if you not finna show your face and you not finna you don't want, if you want to be embarrassed, come to Big Smoke. Simple as that. I'll give you all the smoke. Cause,
Hey,
cause
can,
that day I'll have time. Cause you
here,
understand. I'm
I,
not
I,
that guy you want issues with, problems with.
I'll just say
You
it like
understand?
this.
I'm blessed with the whole holy covenant over here.
Okay.
You better ask your friend Scrogen's cat. You understand?
Mr. Pimp, I'll
Uh,
put it to you
uh,
like this.
okay,
At the
go,
end
I'm
go
of
talk
the
to Panda.
I'm gonna leave it like that.
I'll put it to you like this, Mr. Pimp. You know,
Go
at
ahead.
the end of the day, this man is gone. There is nothing we can do. You know, we might feel the way we felt about the time that he was here, but at the end of the day, no one wished harm or death upon anybody. We are all truly sad to sit there and see him go, but just because we are sad, we all grieve in our own way. We are actually here to sit there and have a different type of show. Thank you so much for making us aware. We were already informed, but thank you so much for making us aware. But with that being said, all the extra little comments, that man is not here to be able to defend himself,
At all.
regardless of whether you think that you were sitting here and doing work for him or not.
But
At the end,
you is, and
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. You can suck my dick.
No, I just
At-
fixed it where I can
Suck
ignore him.
my
right.
dick. Simple as that.
Come,
Now I'm being disrespectful. I was trying to be nice to your stupid ass. I was
well,
trying.
you don't want to
But
give
y'all
that
want to put
access.
y'all
Come
want to
on. You
no
don't want to give
because
that bodily access. Come
we
Give
on.
we
in
about the
to it.
First Amendment over here, right? But I have a right to rebuttal, motherfucker. I'm not that guy. You
Yep.
better
You
ask
got
Panda. We
you got
sent him
you
home
got 5 minutes.
running. You understand? We sent him home running. You understand? Pussycat dead in the grave right now. If we want to get
You might
disrespectful, we
not
can
be in a
get
place yet.
disrespectful. You understand? This man tried to send somebody to come harm me. You understand? Let's be very clear. I don't play about my life. I don't play about anything else. If you want the smoke, we can have the fucking smoke. Covert pimp,
He
covert limp.
was. He was, Becky.
And we can have that smoke. I'm not that guy. You don't
yeah,
want war with me.
come on.
Trying to tell you, I'm trying to be nice, Miss Havoc. I'm trying. I'm a digress.
It's okay.
I'm
You're
trying.
you're fine,
I
honey.
apologize. I'm not trying to disrupt the show, but leave me the
And
fuck alone.
Becky O, that's who we were talking about in the beginning of the show that had passed away.
That's yes. That's who we were talking about, Becky. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now.
And I,
Road Dog, we can set it up. Gloves off.
mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, Covert, your arms is too small to box with God. You understand?
Mm.
Don't want it with me. I'm serious. I get off to this shit. Please let it go.
And you have 5 minutes to. You still have a few minutes left to think about your thoughts, and then you'll be able to type again. I didn't boot you, nothing like that. I just timed you out for you to rethink your life because the next time you talk, you will have an issue.
It will, and we
And
got
we
Frank.
will bring
We
you
also
up
got a
on Big
Frank
Smoke
too.
if you
We got a
have the
Frank.
balls to do it.
I'll be right
Just
back.
say it. So
Yeah,
go on.
I'm just saying, man. Like, let's be clear. I don't know if that was toward me. But I don't. I'm not trying to target Frank. I don't know if that was toward me, but we pay attention to the comments over here. But we don't run from nobody. Nobody. Let's be clear. I'm ready for war any type of day, any type of week, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I'm ready whenever you want it. But thing is, I show up. I show up. That cigarette she's smoking, you don't want that smoke.
I'm telling you.
You don't want that smoke.
And it's
Want it?
bad 'cause it's like my second cigarette and I'm trying to quit.
I'm I'm right there with you. Right now I'm smoking a cigarette too. So I think this is like the
And
fourth
if you
one I've
want the
had.
smoke, if you would like that smoke, contact either myself or K-Dot.
Please
We'll
do.
be more than happy to set the show up.
We'll set it up. We'll set it up, baby. I'll take 2, 3, 4. It don't matter. I'll take everybody on. It don't matter.
Putting the gloves on right
It
now.
don't matter. I'll destroy you
Hey, do
all.
it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Seven Freedom sitting next to me. He said he's putting the gloves on right now.
He,
Hey, wait a minute. I said for you to come on the show, he could not put 2 cents in.
Well, where I'm at right now is the quietest room in the house, so.
That's my guy right there. Tell him that's my guy right there. But we gonna continue with the show.
Right.
We have the video queued up. I'm gonna show the video. I want everybody to respond. I told you this this show is gonna be lit tonight. I'm trying to tell you.
I want to see the. I want to see this
man.
video.
We got Simps in the in the building, man. He should change this. We gonna call him Covert Simp. That's what we gonna call him. That's what we gonna call him. He ain't no pimp. Can't be no pimp, man. Covert Simp. That's what we gonna call you. That's your new name, bro. Okay.
All right.
I digress. Go ahead with the video real quick. Go ahead, Road Dog.
What's going on, y'all? I don't know if y'all have seen this video. I'm pretty sure you probably haven't. But I seen it and I wish I had. But since I've seen it, I want to show it to y'all and give y'all my response to this video.
This is for the men who somehow think that they're the prize. Darling, I'm paying my own rent, my own car note, my own car insurance, my telephone bill. Okay? I'm looking good, smelling good, working out, eating healthy. Oh, buying my own clothes. Credit looking good. Somehow you think you're the prize and I should submit to you?
You know, just in case you all not gonna tell her, let me be the one to tell her. Congratulations on being an adult.
Thank you.
Right.
Listen, what gets me with folks on
Hold on.
I got a rebuttal on this one. Lady,
No,
if
let
you
him
don't
finish. Let him
sit
finish.
your
Let
ass
him finish.
the fuck down some goddamn where with your modern eyes ass down somewhere. Okay, yes, like he said, congratulations of being a grown fucking an adult. You understand? Fucking adult. Congratulations.
Adulting is hard.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Woo!
Go ahead
It's
and
good
let him
tonight.
finish because I want to hear what else he has to say because I got a rebuttal for that too, but I want to make sure it's not already going to be said.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
because I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, look, and she said, I got to pay my own car insurance. I got good credit. I got a good job. Let me be very clear.
Or aren't those the luxuries of
Let me-
being single? You're supposed to do that shit.
Right, well,
Right.
that's the thing. But they think that's the look. Let me tell you something. Men, all right. I'm gonna be blunt as possible because I need everybody to listen up. Men do not real men. I'm talking about men who actually take care of business. I don't advocate for fuck boys. I don't advocate for covert simps. I mean,
Moving on.
I don't. I advocate for good men who take care of their families. You understand? We do not give a fuck about your job. We don't give a shit about your career. We don't give a shit about your credit. We don't. I'm gonna tell you right now because the issue is a lot of modernized women want to get and go visit my guy Kevin Samuels. He's absolutely genius. I would have saved 10 grand marrying my ex-wife. Shit. I can't get that back.
Right.
Anyway, but we got a great kid out of it though. I would say that. But the thing is, he'll ask a woman, a modernized woman, what do you want? And she'll tell him. And most of it is six-figure men, six-figure and up men. I swear to you. And the thing is, those are low percentage men. We're talking 3%, 5%, 10%, 20% of men in this fucking country. And here's the thing:
Wow.
you might want them, but they don't want you. Okay?
Because
Because
I'm
here's the
not gonna
thing:
lie. I want to rebuttal what you're
those
saying.
type of men, those
Okay.
type of men
Mhm.
want they have options. Do you understand?
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
understand that other women want them too. So at the end of the day, ladies, you need to compete. Because at the end of the day, if you're a modernized woman wanting the six-figure men, and let's just say you have 2 or 3 kids, or even a kid, they're not checking for you. They're not. They're gonna check. They'll check for a goddamn woman that works at McDonald's with a nice body, uh, doesn't give a shit about her education or anything like that. But at the end of the day, if she's young and she has a womb, because the best thing that you could do is give a man is a child. That is the best gift you can give a man. I know you got a face on you, but I'm telling the truth. Here's the I'm going somewhere with it. I'm going somewhere with it, okay? Because
Give
at
my
the
man
end of
5
the
kids.
day, he's going to teach her how he needs to be treated. Not the But here's the thing. He's going to take care of her. Trust me. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't give a damn about what type of job that woman is. As long as she is not a long as she is fit, feminine, and cooperative. That is
Right.
it. And the femininity, the superpower of a woman is your femininity. If you are masculine, you will not um get you will not have the skills to keep a man. You might have the tools to get a man, like you might have a nice body, but the thing is we want to fuck you, and that is it. That is it. We will not keep you as a wife. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I digress.
Okay, so now I do want to rebuttal some of that, but at first, I just want to piggyback off of it. Um,
Okay.
Initially, what I was going to say is this: to those women who want a six-figure man, I'm going to go ahead and ask you the same question that I asked my daughter when she said that she wanted to marry a rich man. Okay, so we already have your goal. I have two questions. One, why do you want to marry a man with a lot of money? Because understand, a lot of times a man with a lot of money, what they expect is for you to sit there and do what they want because you see
Right.
money as something,
Facts.
you see money as the ultimate goal. And they
Facts.
have it, they feel like they can make you do whatever you want, make you jump through whatever hoops. Okay,
Facts.
so first of all, there's that. And then secondly, my question is this: if this is what you want, what are you gonna do that's gonna make you outshine everybody else? Because understand, a man with four figures, fuck, it ain't gotta be six. Shit, a man with a decent paying job, okay? Look,
Right.
this is the fucking recession. We can sit there and say a man that's making $35, $45 an hour, or that's sitting here and making a fucking what do they say, a decent sized salary, okay? What are you gonna do that's going to outshine everybody else this man
That's right.
coming in contact with, especially if they single? Because first of all, a lot of them men are married. Okay, a lot of them. All right, not all of them, but a lot of them. So,
Mhm.
Right.
what are you gonna sit there and do to sit there and make yourself different? Because understand, every woman they come across got a pussy. a vagina,
Right.
a vajayjay, a sacred spot, whatever the fuck you want to call it, a blooming flower, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Everybody has a beautiful universe in between their thighs. We were born with it. It's a beautiful thing, but that's not going to make you, unless this man is dealing with transgender, that is not going to make you stand out. Okay? Your hair, not going to make you stand out. There's plenty of women that sit there and go and get their hair and their nails done on a regular basis. You sitting here and paying your own bills. That's not going to make you stand out. That's going to make him look at you like, obviously, you like fucking being single. So, baby, go ahead and do that. Okay? So, what is it either about you or that you will be able to do that will make your light shine? We can't even say a lot of men with wifey material or wifey tendencies will make you stand out, because I'm pretty sure that somebody's wife sitting there talking about, baby, I'll cook for you, I'll clean for you, I'll run your bath water, I'll do whatever it is you want me to do. I just want some of your six figures.
So
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. Just real quick, because I got a rebuttal. Just real quick, and I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. Queen. Okay, so Becky O, she has an issue with what I'm saying. Okay, and I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay, Miss Becky O, and here's the thing. I don't want no smoke with you. Okay, love you to death. But let me ask you a question, and you have to be real with yourself. Okay, and you stated multiple times you are in your 50s. And yes, you is the OG. I give you you is the OG, okay? But ask yourself this question. You being a masculine woman, over talking men, cussing them out, doing whatever you feel that you can do to men, has it gotten you right now? Not in the past. We're not talking about in the past. We talking about right now. Has it gotten you a ring and a marriage certificate? I'll wait.
He's talking to the Queen, Becky O. I'm not in that. That's between y'all. I'm not getting in that. I love you, Becky.
I love you, Becky. But at the end of the day, we having real conversations right now.
Right.
What you're doing right now, as far as you being masculine and disrespectful to men, has it gotten you a ring and a marriage certificate? Or do you have a dog? Because you can have a dog all day, but you will die alone. If I'm just saying,
I like animals.
No. We gonna keep it 1,000 right now. We dealing with facts. We're not dealing with emotions right now. We dealing with facts. What you're doing right now, being disrespectful to men. I'm not talking about me. I already know how you is. And I love you, regardless. But has it gotten you a ring and a marriage certificate? Or has it gotten you a dog? I digress. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Miss
Go
ahead, Liza. Go ahead and finish, and then we'll go to Mama.
I think that the third thing that I initially was saying was, as far as agreeing with you on certain aspects, because I also want to rebuttal.
Okay.
Was this. Once you have this person, if that is your only goal, what makes you think that stuff is going to work out? What makes you think that whenever you sit there and get this man and you now have access to his money? Because honestly, when women sit there and say they want a six-figure man, it's not that they want a six-figure man. They want to have access to that six figures. Let's keep it 100, right. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
So when you get this, two questions. What is it that you're going to have to tolerate in order to sit there and keep it? Okay? Because understand, this man's still going to wander. Okay? Right. Or let me go ahead and say it like this. How do you know that shit is going to work the way you want to? Because mind you, without those other four things, safety, security, and everything, I'm not just talking about financial. Because if you have a man that got a shit ton of money, but he treats your ass like shit and he beat the dog fuck out of you, are you going to be happy? But just think, you sat there and did all this work to sit there and get this six-figure man right here. That was everybody's dream. That was everybody's goal.
Right.
See, there's a problem. So here's where I have to disagree with you, K Dot.
Go ahead.
Is whenever you were sitting there and saying that there were, I'm sitting here, give me a minute, I'm trying to sit there and read. Like, the second half of the shit, I was like, oh, whenever you were like, men are this, and men don't give a fuck about this. That man will sit there and go to McDonald's and sit there and get the woman. As an ex stripper, of 20 plus years.
Okay.
I don't know no man that went and got his chick from McDonald's. I'm keep 100. I done sat there and seen senators, ball players, all kind of athletes, all kind of shit. I can go into some stories, but we're not going to, not on this panel. I don't know nobody that done sat there and went to McDonald's. Now, mind you, to the strip club. hey. Okay, I'm just put that out there. Boom. But whenever it comes to a man doesn't care. Let me say this: some men do care, because some men understand that they're not exactly where they want to be. They're working towards it, but they're not there yet. Whenever they sit there and they're looking or they're dating and they see a potential wife, okay, listen to my words closely. Whenever a man sees a potential wife, this is somebody that he knows he can build with. And then when he's ready, when he feels like he's comfortable enough to be the man and to sit there and take care of everything, all the needs that she needs or all the needs that she deserves, then a lot of times the marriage comes afterwards. So for some men, that kind of is a stepping stone. For a woman to have good credit, good. Now that means that we can sit there and get a foundation built on both of us. Because let's keep it 100. No man wants to sit there and work, bust his ass, especially when it comes to credit and we're dealing with the fucking government. Let's keep it 100.
Right.
No man want to sit there and try to get with a bitch that got a 400 credit score, because that means that I can't trust you with money. If they can't trust you with money, shit, that means anything that you got, you can't be trusted to pay that shit back. And if you can't trust, you can't be trusted to sit there and sign a contract and pay that shit back. Who to say that whenever, you might be seen as a liability versus an asset. So that's what I was saying, in some cases, shit like that is important. Now, as far as the young lady sitting there talking about, well, I take care of this and I get this and I get this. I'm going to say this, honey, you single. Ain't that your job? The meaning of being single means you are singular by yourself. You are one, not to be confused with many. Right.
Right.
Who the fuck gonna do it for you if you don't do it? Because I know damn well I'm not coming out of pocket to sit there and take care of all these damn kids, my husband, and sit there and assist with holding this down and then pay you, bitch. Goodbye. The fuck?
Right.
So, my whole thing is, you want somebody to sit there and give you a hand clap for being single. Well, baby, you're single. If you don't want to sit there and be bothered with a man, then just say you don't want to be bothered with a man. Don't sit there and say some shit like men ain't the prize, because guess what? To a certain woman out there, that man is the motherfucking prize, the thing they've been dreaming about, the thing they've been praying for. Okay, just like them women. The thing that a man been praying for, thing that he been working up to, he trying to get on her level, because that's who the fuck he want. He don't want Ray Keisha Pookie. He want her, and he will bust his ass until he gets her. Okay.
Right.
So, as far as the young lady, don't get me wrong. She truly look like an African queen, honey. I give my hats off to you. But baby, if your goal is to sit there and be single, then by all means, go ahead and be single. Rock it out, baby. Boom, boom. Okay, Wakanda forever. But at the end of the day, if your goal is not to sit there and become a partner, become a lover, become a confidant, become an advisor, because at the end of the day, let's be 100%. A wife is an advisor to our husbands. We're the ones that sit there and say, baby, I see where you're going. I don't think that would be a great idea. But if you want to do that, I support you all the way. But hey, how about we do this? Let's try to, don't say let's work smarter, not harder, because for some people it does, offend. But come on now, women, we already know we work smarter, not harder. Come on now. Hello.
We did
But
yeah, we did say this was a grown show. So
mhm. But
as
my
long as
thing is,
you
you
get
know
the
what?
information,
We,
all of
we we cater to and we advise. That is our job. We see things for what they are. We go ahead, we give our husbands maybe a viewpoint that he might not have noticed. But
Right.
once again, he's the head of the household, he's the leader.
right.
Now we can still follow and then be sitting here talking about, baby, I don't like this choice. This was a dumbass choice. But you know what? Even if my husband, this is only me speaking for me, even if my husband makes a stupid ass choice,
Mhm.
nobody in the motherfucking world would ever know. I'm gonna sit there and support the fuck out that man. Y'all wouldn't know. Now he'll sit there and be like, "Oh my god, my bitch was nagging." When did she nag? She doesn't nag. I do. I'm copacetic. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no, we
All
have.
right.
It's funny that you said, and I'm sorry, we haven't even let Miss
No, it's fine. It's
Mama
fine.
07. Go ahead, go
Sorry,
ahead,
boo.
Miss go ahead. I want to hear from you too. So go ahead.
One thing that Eliza has talked about her daughter and how she wanted to marry a man with 6 figures. The one
Okay.
question I want to know, I don't want to say anything else. The one question I want to know is, at the end of the day, is that going to make you happy? Because if you get into that relationship and you start investing in it, and all of a sudden things go south, you're going to be like, well, this isn't what I pictured.
Mm-hmm.
What you pictured in your head and what he pictures is, it could be two totally different things. He might just want a companion and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're wanting more.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something you need to think,
Oh yeah.
but girls growing up in general, they need to think about that.
Oh,
You know,
I asked her what
I
was she
agree.
willing to tolerate. Because understand, if that's your single, if that is your ultimate goal, you're gonna have to tolerate a whole lot of bullshit. So my question to her was, what are you willing to tolerate? Tolerate means deal with,
Yeah,
even though you don't like.
right. Now
sure.
here's the thing. Like, I mean, I want both of y'all to do
Mm-hmm.
me a favor.
Okay.
I want you to go look on your Facebook sometime this week and just have tunnel vision on this particular subject
Okay.
and see how many women damn near emasculate a man and just look at the timeline.
I ain't even got to do that. I can sit there and tell you 90% of my shit.
Yeah.
I ain't
They,
even got to do all that.
Yeah.
the reason why I say that is because they will say men ain't shit
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and just they they'll if a man is interested in them, they'll embarrass him by putting up the private DM because I thought it was direct message. I you
Mm-hmm.
know, and then they'll say, "Oh, he's thirsty" and all that type stuff, and I'm like,
Oh, my
"That's
friends don't
not
do that.
that's
But
not
I got one
true."
girlfriend. I got one girlfriend. She petty as fuck. This is part of the reason I love her. And she will sit there and repost that shit to me
Yes,
from
yes, and
other people. And she'd be like, "Ooh, bitch." I'd be like, "Girl."
but the thing but the thing is, right? The thing is, it's just like people. I mean, men are even now just they don't even want to approach women anymore.
Mhm.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
we also have, then we also have the Me Too, which I honor 100%. If something did happen, truly happen to you, you absolutely should tell your story. You should report them. I don't advocate for again. I don't advocate for those men. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the thing is, what you guys were just talking about, the whole nagging thing. I told y- my lady asked. She asked questions. She asked questions. She
Mhm.
asked what I told her one of the things I don't like is nagging. I
Mhm.
just because I feel that you can express express whatever you want in a femininity way, and I'm gonna get to it because I'm a fixer. Because I'm a first ask you if you're telling me something, right? Because I also said this to her. I said, look, when she's about to tell me something, she said, "Oh, I need to tell you something." I said, "Okay, before you start, right? before you start, is this something that I need to fix, or is this you just want me to listen?
Needs a vent.
Because
Yeah.
I wanna be fair. I wanna give her. Oh well, no, you don't need to fix this. I just need to vent. Perfect.
hmm
Okay, go ahead, continue. Because that's how communication. That's how grown
Yeah,
folks talk to each
that's
other.
hmm
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Because I want to make sure that I'm catering to my woman's needs. You know what
hmm
I'm saying? And I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that you just get to treat your wife or your loved one like shit. No, you have to put in work, sir. You know what I'm saying? You have to put in work and you have to take care. If you wanna lead the family, god damn it, you better not talk about it. You better be in them boots walking.
Right. Right.
You understand?
Right. You're
You-
absolutely right.
She shouldn't have to be doing leadership or your role in the she's already taking care of the family already. She's already taking care of home. She's make sure the home is good. You straight because at the end of the day, um the world we the world beats the shit out of men every day and women, but we should be able to come home and be able to recharge. I consider my woman a recharger. I want to come home and I don't want to fight and fuss with you. What the fuck? I just got cussed out like 2 seconds ago
Right.
at my
Yeah.
job. Like I'm not trying to deal with that. Go ahead, mama.
Oh no, I agree with you. Hang
Yeah.
on. Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's what I was gonna say.
uh,
Um,
go ahead.
just because you get married does not mean the work stops to keep it together. You gotta put your effort off into it, or it's just going. But can y'all hear me?
You were kind of breaking up a
You
little
were
bit.
getting choppy, honey.
This a tad bit. Road dog, did you go ahead and repeat that.
Just because you get married doesn't mean it. You should stop at making sure it stays on top where it needs to be at. You gotta continue working at it.
hmm
So, I mean, like I told you guys earlier, me and my man's been together for 15 years, married for 13. It's not because
Um,
it didn't stop. We just kept pressing forward.
hmm
I agree.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that was one of the things I had pointed out was you both have to put in 100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, one day you may only be able to put in 85%.
Mhm.
That other person has to pick up that 15% you're not
right.
able to that day. Because guess what? Tomorrow, I may not have to be able to put in 100%, and you're going to have to pick up the slack. And you do that together as a team.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Like I stated plenty of times. I think I said it on the last show, if I'm not mistaken, Road Dog. I had stated that um because me and my lady we have separate places right now. And if she were to be sick or whatever, like I would go over her place, I clean her place, all that type stuff, and I would nurse her to health.
hmm
Is
Right. That's
God
what you do
willing.
for each other.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. Help out with the kid, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Whatever you
Mhm.
need me to do. Um,
Exactly.
I mean,
and
honestly,
that's the thing.
I no, I 100% agree with that because I've been married for 11 years, and honestly, I've known this man since I was 14. And the craziest thing is later on after we actually got together, he sat there and told me, he goes, "Babe, I prayed for you." And I'm like, "Oh, that's sweet. I think I don't know, because I didn't know what he actually had in store, right?" But you know,
Fuck.
honestly, one of the things that we've done is that we always put in the work. Sometimes we will sit there and say, "Okay, babe, this version of you, I'm breaking up with this version of you. I need you to, you know what I mean? I need this and I need this and I need this, and here's the reason why.
Yeah,
And in the process of telling you the reason why, here's what I'm willing to give to be able to get that because I feel that you haven't been receiving this, or um, sorry. I feel like you haven't been receiving this, or we'll sit there and have a conversation, and he expresses that, you know what, babe, I'm, certain things I'm not feeling like I'm getting from you. Okay, do you know what? Let's go ahead and compromise, and let's see why you feel like I'm
Right.
not giving you this. And, let's go ahead and let's make it anew. I mean, we can make it anew from this point, or we could, go to sleep and make it anew from the next day. We always put in concerted effort, and we always try to communicate. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and sit there and say communication is easy. Because,
No,
Lord, no, it's not. Especially when, we tend to hold things in, and then the only time they come out is during a argument or a fight or anything like this. And then, we're able to sit there and come back and be like, you know what, babe, I didn't know you were feeling that way. I didn't know that this is the things that you were needing. Here, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and work with you and, do this. Here, I'll go ahead and give you guys a perfect example. Today, Exile sat there and told me, he says, babe, I'm not feeling like I'm getting the amount of love that I give you from you. Okay, so if this is how you're feeling, then go ahead and let me know what I can do to alleviate that fear or that concern. And
right.
not only communicating, but putting that shit into effort. And like I said, it's not always easy, but at the end of the day, I love the fuck out this man.
And I think, and honestly, to be totally honest with you, and I'm glad you brought that up because we having real talk, we having real conversation right now.
Right.
Uh, I think couples should not speak to each other in a prideful way. I think they should
Mhm.
speak to each other in an emotional way, as far as it, excuse me, an emotional, intelligent way, um, to get their point across to where, like, okay, like when you did X, Y, and Z today, babe, it hurt my
Mhm.
feelings,
Mhm.
you know. And when you say it, if my lady were to say that to me, I'd be like, damn, I that is not the focal point.
Right.
That is not. I did not want to do that. You know, I'm
Right.
gonna pop. But if you come at me and be like, "Fuck you," and you ain't
Mhm.
shit, and your mama ain't shit, and you blew it today, and I'm like, "Whoa, wait, hold on, wait a minute." Uh, I just like the rebuttal, Miss Caravan Jackson. With all due respect, ma'am or sir, I don't know who you are. This is a grown person show, and we are allowed to cuss, and this is the First Amendment show. So I cuss a lot. I'm just, and it even statistics said the person who cusses the most is actually the most intelligent, most transparent individual in the room. So you can, I don't, and I state facts. So I'm just saying.
Mostly because
But
they're
I'm
able to
glad you
express
enjoying
their
the
opinion.
conversation. But I'm sorry if you are offended about the language. This is not the show for you. But
Right.
can you, Miss Havoc, can you please read G Tag's comment, please? Because I think
Yes.
he.
In some cases, women want traditional men, but they don't hold themselves to the same standard of being traditional women. It becomes so polarizing in the dating world these days on what to expect and what's acceptable. I'm sorry. And honestly, I 100% agree with you. But I will say this: that can actually go vice versa depending on
Yes.
what it is that one is seeking. A lot of times, people get to a point where we're actually looking to settle down.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, mind you, there's not a certain date or a certain age that you get to this point. You just, when you're there, And the thing about that is that whenever you get to that point, and I know a lot of people do this, so when I say this, I kind of feel like um, I'm just kind of speaking obvious. A lot of times, when you get to that point, you begin to reassess the people who are around you, the type of energy that you have around you, the type of traits and relationships that other people who are around you have. Because if you are with Pookie, Ray Ray, Keisha,
Mhm.
okay, and literally these people are all baby mamas, baby daddies, don't have anything, a relationship of substance, keep kind of dick or pussy hopping, then it's almost makes sense of why you seem to sit there and attract the same type of people with maybe the same mindset. They're not on your level. You have to then kind of take yourself away from them. You can still be friends. I'm not sitting there telling you can't, but it's time to go ahead and take your leave or take yourself back, and then be able to kind of just reassess and then get more people that fit what it is you're wanting around you. Because, whenever you sit there and you have, even my daughter, she has a lot of people, a lot of adults that are all grown and were married. So, regardless of how she feels her family was,
Sure.
she's also gonna have other experiences from other friends and their families of marriages, and when she gets older, she's gonna be able to sit there and kind of pick and choose certain aspects that worked for her, and or that works for her, and things like this. um so I mean, I'm just sitting there and saying that for me, or I'm just kind of, that's my opinion. For everybody else, if you guys want to be in a decently a relationship that has some longevity, maybe you should hang around other people that have relationships that has some longevity, you know, instead of kind of listening to the media on, what a real woman, what a real nigga, what a real bitch, and all this other stuff look like. Because I don't know about y'all, but honey, I could give two fucks about what kind of car a man drives. I really don't care about how much a man is making. At the end of the day, I can be able to sit there and, like that single young lady did, I can sit there and do all that shit for myself.
Mhm.
That was
Mhm.
never in
Right.
question. My thing is
Yeah.
this: why should I have to do all that shit for myself when I have a beautiful man over here that literally wants to take some of that stress off my shoulders?
There we go.
It's
And you
not a
should
matter of,
be.
Yeah, that's right.
honey,
I,
I'm a woman. I can carry the fucking weight of the world on my shoulders. I was
very
raised and
true.
trained to do it from day one.
Right.
Very
My
true.
thing is, honey,
Yep.
every once in a while, a bitch want to let her hair down and give, and relax a little.
Hello.
So,
Yep.
if this man, and when I say this man, I'm talking about exiled, y'all. If this man decides that he want to sit there and take off some of the stress so I can do exactly that, and then thank him in the multiple different ways that I thank him for doing exactly that, then baby, let me thank my man. Okay, I
I
understand
hear
this is
you.
a grown
And
folk
that
show. We ain't gonna get into all that
Yeah.
though.
that's how
That's
you
right.
should feel. And,
Everything you're
and
saying is correct.
I agree 100%. And to answer your
Yep.
question, Becky, I will be transparent. My longest relationship, I believe, was 8 years, and
Mm,
so, and I get it. I get it. You've been on this earth way longer than me. I understand that. I'm not debating that. I'm not saying that that I've out experienced you in any type of way of life. But what and I'm and I said in the beginning of the show, I said there will be triggering moments in this show.
mm-hmm.
I did say that in the beginning. Did I say that, y'all?
Yes, yes, you did.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
So
do have something to add when you get done.
so I did say people would be triggered in this show. So
Yeah.
Becky, yo, I just want to be very clear. What I stated, it was not to be disrespectful to you. It was just simply being honest and direct. I wasn't trying to be an asshole or anything like that. Um, and I'm not throwing you under the bus. I don't know what bus you you're referring to. As far as throwing you under the bus, it's not. That's not it. I simply pointed out facts. Um, and you are in your 50s, and you are beautiful, by the way. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
gorgeous.
You are very beautiful woman. But what I'm saying is that you're not you're not applying the skill that God has created you to have, and that's your femininity. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I want to
Had
do. Baby.
Yeah.
your story, I think Becky Yo should write a book because I think uh it would save a lot of young girls' lives out here. I
Yeah.
want to be very, very clear. She's been through a
Mm-hmm.
lot of shit, you guys. She has been through a lot of shit, and I love Becky Yo. But what I'm saying is that, these are just facts. Um, I have an acronym. It's called SIGN, and the modernized woman. Uh, S is for shame. Uh, I is
Uh,
for insult. G is for guilt, and N is for the need to be right. And that's why I'm not upset with Becky, because even though she's showing all those particular signs, I'm not upset because I know what she's doing. I
Mhm.
understand what she's doing because hurt people hurt people. You understand?
hmm that
And
is very
I,
true.
and and that's why I'm saying she's had to be masculine so long because she had to take care of herself. She had to just be the strong,
hmm
independent woman that she is right now. But wouldn't it be so relieving to have a good man? I'm not talking about any shitty ass man. To have a good man that supports you, that loves you, and adores you, and
And
walk.
adores God and takes care of you. I mean, and we're not saying that you can't do it,
Uh huh.
but we're just sitting there saying, wouldn't it be amazing to sit there and have your dream man that sat there and loved every single thing about you, everything from your mouth, everything from your hair, your toenails,
Yeah,
every aspect
absolutely.
of you. You know what I
Right, and
mean?
the thing is,
Every
but the thing is, Becky, yo, you have to be able to pour back into him, because the thing is, you cannot take from a relationship, you cannot take from a situation, and not give it back. You cannot have a cap full of love, and he's bringing a whole water bottle. Do you understand
Yeah,
me?
yeah, that makes
It
sense.
just won't work. Scientifically, it just won't work. So what I'm saying is that I want to be clear. I'm not attacking you. Because if I was attacking you, I'd say I really don't give a shit. But for you, I love you for real. You know what I'm saying? And I want you in a relationship. I want and but here's the thing. You might be totally fine with not being in a relationship, and that's totally, and I respect that too. But at the end of the day, we're talking about people who want to be in relationships. This is for advice for people who want to be in relationships. If you don't want to be uh, uh, in a relationship, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay. I'm totally okay with that. And it's okay. K dot, shut the fuck up. Give me let me talk.
Well, no, no,
I get it.
I,
I get it.
hold
She's
on.
not like it.
I just want to say a couple
Go
things.
ahead.
I'm sorry, Mama. Were you trying to say something before I say anything?
Oh no, I loving what I'm hearing from you guys. I really am.
Well, thank you. I wanted to go ahead and say this. Becky, we were not attacking your femininity, my dear. That's actually one of the things I wanted to rebuttal earlier. Whenever K Dot sat there and said that, the main thing a man wants is for a woman to be feminine. And that wasn't the only thing. I think the next thing was the most valuable thing a woman can do is give a man a child. Oh, I
Uh,
disagree. I disagree with that wholeheartedly because there's a lot of men out there, especially older men, that want to marry children, that want to marry a woman that does not have children because they want to be able to enjoy their lifestyle. And
Right.
for some people, children do hinder. Now, I'm not saying that's for everybody,
Right.
yeah.
but
I,
for some relationships, children do hinder because it does put a stopper on a comfortable lifestyle, especially if you're doing things such as, uh, traveling, such as you're a very get up and go kind of person,
right.
spontaneous, um, things of this nature. Um, but I just wanted to sit there and say, Becky, I mean, I will say this. I was not talking about that or anything else like this because honestly, when I see you as the beautiful woman that you are. I see you're feminine. I also see the hard shell that you've had to acquire. And honestly, I think it's all beautiful. I've seen some of your posts. You might feel some type of way about me, but I love you. And with loving you, I'm not gonna give you any advice because baby, I mean I understand you got it. One thing I will say though is about people, we can always learn from everybody else. It does not matter whether they are younger. everybody has different journeys. Everybody's gone through different experiences. So we can always learn and come together from that. Now, mind you, pride is a thing. No one is saying that you have to admit to anything or anything like that. But even if you don't want me to give you advice, that's absolutely fine. Um, I love you anyway, because I always do. You my girl. As my girl.
We love you over here. We have no issues with you whatsoever. And like I said, here's the thing. I'm an alpha male. I just am. You know what I'm saying? I'm an alpha male. That's just who I am. And I get it. I know you said you know, I'm old enough to be your kid, and that's true. That's true. I give you that. But what I'm saying is that I'm not your kid. Let's be clear. You talking to a grown man. You know.
I don't know whether he's talking to you or my husband.
Yeah. We you know we.
My husband
But
is a
I
beautiful
can be a
excellent.
child in your eyes, but I'm not no child. You're talking to a grown man over here, and we had conversations. And the thing is, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind letting you up on the panel, but the thing is, we already had we I run the show. You know what I'm saying? I run we. It's my channel. That's how. If it was your show, then you run it how you want it. But we already had a collaboration already set up several weeks ago, and that's how we're gonna run the show. Because at the end of the day, if I let you up, Becky, you're going to overtalk everybody. Simple as that. And here's the thing. How I know is because we had a 7-hour show a few months back, and I let you talk. I let you just, and you were cussing everybody out. I think she should deserves the Guinness Book World of Records of being the best talented cusser. I mean, I'm man. You was calling everybody everything but the child of God. Okay.
Right, right.
But what I'm saying is that we running this show. I want it to run smoothly. You can have your opinion in the chat, and at the end of the day, and I love you again. I can't. This is from love, and I know it's hard to hear this. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I gotta be 100 with you. I gotta be 1,000 with you because I'm not no I don't kiss people's ass. I don't do none of that. Like we state facts, so I'm not nobody's yes man or anything like that. Just like anybody on this panel is not my yes man.
Right.
She Ms. Havoc said that there was a couple things that she didn't agree with me on, and she's allowed to
Hmm.
have that opinion. But we're having a conversation. Nobody's talking for each other. Nobody's
Hmm.
cussing each other out on this panel. But we're gonna have different views, and I have to respect those views. And I want to be educated too. I'm not saying I know it all because I don't. I'd be crazy to tell you I know it all. I do not know it. I wake up wanting to be a better person every single day. Will it be a struggle? Absolutely, just like for anybody else. But that's the goal. That's the
Right.
absolute goal. And you have to understand people are gonna have different opinions, or you just gotta respect it and move on. Or you can
Hmm.
rebuttal and tell. But there's a way. Again, um, I'm an alpha male. I'm not gonna sit here and just allow you to just cuss me out. All that I just won't deal with you. Simple. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna just leave you there by yourself and argue with yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna. I don't deal with shit like that. I just women like you. I just don't deal with. Simple, simple, plain and simple. I just won't deal with you. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying?
uh,
But at the end of the day, I respect your opinion, and let's be clear. Let's be clear. There is no such thing as an alpha female. Okay, stop it. Stop it. Stop with
What?
that goddamn. I'm
I
sorry.
beg to differ.
Name
Can we
something.
rebuttal?
Yeah,
Oh,
I do too.
okay.
Can we
I know
please
y'all going.
rebuttal?
I know
I
y'all
tried
gonna say this.
to.
Name something in the mammal species that is the alpha female. I'll wait. I'll digress.
Oh well,
Elephants. Sorry.
no, you're fine because I
Go
said
ahead.
a
Go
wolf
ahead, Mama. I know
as
she
well
wanted
as
to say
elephants.
Elephants. Literally, if you look up the history, the herd is ran by a female, and normally it is the oldest female of the herd.
Mhm.
So I learned that from my son.
And which
Lionesses
go
as
ahead. I'm
well.
sorry. Go ahead.
I wanted to sit there and say too, lionesses,
Go ahead.
because regardless of what the male lion is doing, he actually does not run the pack, which is one of the reasons why there are many other male lions that come up, and if literally he's there long enough to sit there and challenge the main lion. But after that, it's the women that take this motherfucker out the ring. Whenever it
Yep.
comes to hunting down, it's the women that are putting in work. Whenever it comes to getting food, taking care of young, it
I
is the
agree.
women's job. Therefore, alpha female goes to the Leos of the cluck or the lionesses. I also wanted to say wolves. Whenever you are an alpha, honestly, I don't know where this misconception that all alphas
Okay,
are
let's define it.
males.
Let's because we gonna stick to facts. Let's define alpha.
Okay, let's define alpha. Also, understand that alpha was a word that was made by a Caucasian male
Correct.
as a way to describe something. There is actually nothing that actually states that an alpha anything is actually fact. It was just a term that he sat there and came up with, and obviously it gained a lot of clout, so people went with it.
Okay. Okay. I'm
But no, go with the definition.
okay.
Let's get into that,
Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get in.
please.
Okay. So alpha male, the dominant male animal in a particular group. Two of them trotted over to greet the alpha male. I think that was the sentence. A man tending to assume or and or dominate or uh, domineering role in a social or professional situation. That's the definition of alpha male.
See, and the main word in that description was dominate. And
Right.
whenever you are trying to, especially whenever we're having a relationship, and I believe we spoke about this earlier,
Right. So
whenever it comes to submission, regardless of what type of Bible you read about it,
okay.
honestly, you're both supposed to submit to each other, which means that there is no dominance. If there is
I
no
don't
dominance,
agree with that. I don't agree with that. But I I don't
it's
agree with
okay.
that.
It's,
I
it's
just
okay.
don't.
You don't have to agree. That's
Because
perfectly
I
fine.
mean he was I mean Stray Dog was straight on and it's in the Bible and he's at
Well, yes, it is in that variation of the Bible, but understand that there are also different variations that sit there and
right.
say different things. Because we also got to remember, for the longest time, people sat there and thought it said that the Bible says something against being gay, and it actually says something against being a pedophile. So I mean,
Right.
you
And
know,
okay. G Tag said let's not use alpha male. Let's look up alpha in a relationship. Okay,
oh, okay,
I'm with that because we
hmm
about education over here.
yes,
Again, I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about learning. I'm learning. I think I've learned from you, Miss Havoc. Have I not? I think you've learned
yes.
from me. I think we've learned from each other.
I think we've dropped Miss Mommy. If you're still there, honey, and you still have the link, come
Yeah, I
back
don't know
on
what happened.
in.
Road Dogg, you know what happened?
No, I haven't heard from her. They do have kind of spotty service, so she may have just fell
Oh,
out.
okay.
Okay, well, whenever she's ready to come back up,
Okay, it
she's
says
more than welcome.
alpha in relationship. Okay, I'm reading this. It's the idea that in any given room there is one person who's clearly in charge. They're in charge not because they're most qualified or more intelligent or most capable. They're in charge because they're alpha. They exude a confidence that by sheer force. Hold on, I'm bringing her back up now. There you go.
What?
I was
He
like, damn.
unplugged the
I was like, I hope I didn't upset you. Like, damn.
no.
No.
He unplugged the internet cord.
Oh,
Oh
okay,
my
okay.
goodness. Okay.
He
Oh,
was he
you know
unplugged
what?
he
I think that's happened to me when I DJ. They just unplugged the one of the they was dancing and they just unplugged the cord. We was moving and grooving and then I'm like, oh, oh, hold on,
Yeah, that
I
was
have to
Seven
stop.
Freedom trying to put his 2 cents in, is what it was.
Yeah,
Uh, okay, so I'm reading. Okay, let me start over again.
Mhm.
Alpha in relationship. Because G Tag wanted to know. He
Yes.
wanted that. It's the idea that that in any given room there is one person who's clearly in charge. They're in charge not because they're most qualified or more intelligent or most capable. They're in charge because they're the alpha. To exude a confidence that by sheer force of will makes others submit to them.
Mm.
So
Mm. So that means alpha female and alpha male, my good sir, in relation.
I still don't agree with that
That's
because
okay. You don't have
I
to
mean,
agree
well,
with
here's
it.
the thing. Because then, okay, then all right, if we have an alpha female, then obviously that person's dating a simp and they're a beta.
That's what I
Beta
wanted to point out. I understand where she's coming from,
man.
but you're not clarifying. You're talking about traditional.
Right. I'm talking. Yes, I'm talking about traditional. I am talking about traditional. Um, in a clear. Thank you, Road Dog. I appreciate you clarifying that. Yes, I am talking about in a traditional sense. I'm not
What?
saying
Mhm.
we have modernized who are alphas, quote unquote alpha female. But but at the end of the day, they're with but I'm telling you, an alpha male and a quote unquote alpha female, it just won't work. It just will. It's just too much friction. Somebody wants to be in charge, and it's
I
just
beg
I
to
know
differ.
because I used to be married to one. So
Well, okay, so then it did not work for you because it works for me in exile.
no,
I mean, regardless of whether I really want to admit it or not, whenever it
right.
comes
Because
by.
he knows he has to sleep at night.
She sleep with nine.
Are you saying that me watching forensic files might be problematic? Um, but what I'm saying is honestly, he already knows that anytime he leaves, I sit there and I can go ahead and take over everything that needs to be taken over with ease. Now, mind you, when he's here, do I appreciate him being here? Do I appreciate the work that he puts in? Yes. But would everything stop if he were not here to put in the work? No. At the end of the day, I mean, you guys know my presence here. I don't sit there and try to fake and be something or do something that I'm not. You guys see that honestly I'm very much against that, but because of that, I am free enough to sit there and be comfortably who I am. And I don't know how many times you guys have sat there and heard me sit there and say don't judge me, but if you want to, I don't get well go ahead. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I was told growing up that I have a very domineering presence. I really didn't understand what the fuck that meant.
Okay.
Whenever me and Exile got together, there are some times that we clashed, but you know what? And this is the weirdest thing. Never at one time does one of us sit there and say, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to become submissive and you sit there and take over. Or I'm going to become alpha and I'm going to need you to kind of go down. It doesn't work like that. Ironically, when you're together, you kind of know where, kind of like what not K Dot, but Road Dog was saying earlier. Whenever somebody's not able to give that 100%, it doesn't even need to be smoking. The other person just kind of picks it up naturally and
Right.
then vice versa. And whenever you can do that and still be able to exude your 100% and still be able to go ahead and put in for the other that might be slacking, that's a type of alpha energy, so to speak. So, I mean, I don't do it in a way to be domineering or to control or to demean or dominate. I do it because, I mean, the shit needs to be done. And guess what? Whenever I'm able, then I sit there and I'm like, okay, baby, you got this. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So
Kind of thing.
can I rebuttal just a little
Yes.
bit? I All due respect. The whole when we were talking about the whole nagging thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that help things or did that hurt things? Because at the end of I'm talking about, I guess, from my situation, I guess.
Okay.
Everybody has their own situation, but I'm talking about objectively, not subjectively, because then if we're saying everybody, oh, we have that's our situation. Well, no, let's deal with
Mm-hmm.
facts. Let's deal with facts. Let's just be fair and deal with facts. Um, if I'm getting nagged at 24/7, and I'm praying before I go into the house,
Mm-hmm.
like that's the same thing if I go to a job that I don't like going to. Like, Lord,
Mm-hmm.
how sometimes you just sit in the car and just be like, Lord, give me the strength, give me the
Mm-hmm.
strength to deal with this. I shouldn't have to deal with that in my own household. And I'm not saying that uh I mean kings and important leadership role people do have advisors.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which would be the wife.
I'm sorry.
Which would be the wife in our scenario. If we're
Absolutely,
talking about a relationship.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. But at the end of the day, that CEO or that higher leadership person has to make the executive decision, whether it be popular or not popular. But at the end of the day, they also have to deal with that accountability if shit falls. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they have to lick their wounds and hey, I fucked up. I should have listened to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have an issue with being held accountable. I think this is why we have the conversation. This is why we have this channel. This is why we go out and audit and all those type of things. You know? And this is the reason why we're talking about the subject matter because we have to be truthful with one another. Like you said, like I encourage anybody to go listen to the last show that we had yesterday, and it was just all men. If you listen to how we're talking, and you want to know what a man what we it's like a barbershop. We go to a barbershop and listen how men talk. If you want to know what we want and what we value, especially in relationships, listen. Just take a glance. Don't interrupt. Just listen. Take notes. You know what I'm saying? We're telling you
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
because we get so many times that some women. I just want to clarify, some, not
Mm-hmm.
all, um, say, "Oh, we want you to tell us the truth." Well, okay, I'm telling you the truth on how I want things done and how I want things done. And when we tell you the truth, we get our heads bit off. So I'm just like, well, we don't have that space of comfortability to
Mm-hmm.
uh to have that dialogue with you as far as community because we know if we say that, oh, it's going to be hell to pay. Oh, you're going to sleep
Well,
on the couch tonight.
it's like the story I gave on Saturday about it.
Yep.
Flat out, a buddy of mine, his wife did the ultimate thing.
Hmm.
Honey, do I look fat in these jeans?
Woo!
That's a dangerous
Walk away.
question.
Turn around. Walk away.
I
Don't even
told you
answer. No
yesterday that's a
answers
dangerous
because
Okay,
No, just yeah. I was
abort,
just saying the
abort,
same
abort, abort.
thing.
exactly. He
Just
looked at her and said, "Do you want the
walk away.
honest answer?"
No.
Yes.
Oh
Oh my
no.
God.
He said, "Yes."
Oh,
He admits she threw an iron at him.
I was about to say
see,
that poor man. When is his eulogy? That
I
poor
looked at him. I said, "As soon as you heard that question, you should have said, huh? Oh, hang on a minute. Something's burning." And I would have
right.
ran out to that
right,
room.
run, run. But I don't think. Sorry, don't mean to cut you off. I don't think women should be asking that question. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Especially a guy. Because, of course, we're going to be sitting there going, "Yeah, baby, they look great." We ain't stupid.
I mean, I'll ask my husband, honey, does this make my ass look fat? And honestly, whatever answer he get, he gonna say that motherfucker gonna sit on him regardless. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Depending on the answer, it's gonna sit on this part or it's gonna sit on this part. Either way, hey, you feel me?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you got to understand, and that's another thing because we get chastised on well, men are misogynists and stuff like that. All they care about is looks. Well, men are visual creatures. You have
They
to
are.
understand, but you got to also understand that's not going to keep us around either. Like I said, you have the tools to get a man, and like I said, Becky O has the tools to get a man, but does she have the skill to keep a man? And I just pointed that out factually.
Well,
And
stop
again,
picking
And
on
I was
no,
gonna,
no, I'm
I
not.
was,
No, 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 no,
me.
no, no. Again, I'm
no,
speaking out
He
of.
don't get you.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being
but
honest.
hang on. I'm gonna throw something in on that.
Okay.
Something she had made a comment about was how long is your longest relationship? I don't think that really matters
No.
because you could be in a 25-year marriage
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't
and
mean
be
nothing.
unhappy 19
Yeah,
of those 20
exactly.
years,
Exactly.
Very
and
true.
you could be in a 5-year relationship, let's just say an 8-year relationship, but in that 8 years, it was only the last year you were unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you rather be in? I'm sorry, I'd rather be in the 8-year one where I
Yeah.
was happy for
Yeah.
7
Right.
than be in one for 25 and only happy 1.
I mean, I agree with Road Dog 100% with that. Me personally, and I'm gonna say this, Road Dog. As far as that scenario, man, look, that sound like a setup, Batman. If I ever heard Robin yell it. All right. Now I will say this, man. Here's one of the hardest parts about being with a woman. For every once in a while, we're gonna throw a motherfucking wrench just to see if you paid attention. That setup was definitely a wrench. Not only that, but as he said, not soon after, I'm pretty sure she could pick up a wrench and throw it at his ass. She would have.
It was actually an
Right. Right.
iron.
It was see, once again, doesn't make it any
Hmm.
better. I
So,
mean,
I
but
hope
here,
the
he,
iron
but
plugged in.
what if we act? Okay, so you. Okay, so let's go with Road Dog situation. He's, if you ask me, we in a relationship, and you ask
mm,
me, do you look fat in that? Do I look fat in that dress? I'm not gonna say you look. But if am I supposed to lie to you? Because then I ain't shit.
here, I'll put it to you like this.
Because then, but if I do tell you the truth, and I feel that in my eyes you're not the most healthy looking, I don't know
Right.
whatever that means, then I'm still not sure. It's like, yeah,
Well,
damn it
no,
if
no,
you
no.
do, damn if you don't. Like,
Okay,
Right.
this is my personal opinion. Some people
I'm
may
listening.
agree, some people
I'm
may
listening.
not.
I'm listening.
Honestly, I want the honest truth. I do. I understand whenever you sit there, okay, now this is only me and my husband. Whenever he sits there and says, babe, do you want the truth? I'm already pretty much, for me, this is what I hear whenever I hear that. Now, it could be different for other people, but what I hear is, babe, there's a chance you might not like the answer. I'm going to need you to prepare. I understand it's coming from a place of love, but there's a slight chance you might not like the answer. Now,
Yeah.
here's the ironic part.
Okay.
Whenever I sit there and I prepare myself, a lot of times we prepare for the worst, right? So then whenever I hear his answer, that shit ain't so fucking bad. And then I'm like, oh, okay. You know what? Never mind. Like if I sit there and be like, baby, does this make me look fat? First of all, I'm small as shit. I look like a fucking Stacy doll. Okay, I wouldn't ask that fucking question. Okay, that would not be amongst the questions that I would ask because I know I look like a fucking toothpick with tits on some days. Okay,
Mhm.
so with that being said, that is never a question that would ever come out of my mouth. There's times that I'll sit there and say, there's times I cut my hair. Like whenever I undid my hair, I know y'all can sit there and tell this wig. I ain't even gonna sit there and lie about the shit. Y'all can see it right there. Y'all can see the motherfucking wig. I don't even care. The whole thing is, I have whenever I sat there and took my braids out, and I sat there and had my really cute short do.
Uh huh.
Within 5 days, that dude don't look the way that dude look no more. So I got a motherfucking wig on today. But there's times I sit there and say, babe,
Yeah.
I'm really not feeling attractive. I'm really not feeling sexy. I feel like I'm ugly. I feel like I look like buckwheat little cousin. You know what I mean?
But
He's
but
like,
but what you're doing, but what you're doing, isn't that communication? Isn't
yes, it
that
is.
being vulnerable? Aren't you allowed to
Yes,
do?
it is.
Shouldn't you
And
be
I'll
doing
sit
that
there
to
and
be
say,
safe?
babe, I said, I'll sit there and say, I know this is gonna sound stupid, but baby, how do I look? Now, mind you, I've already beaten myself down because I'm very subconscious about the way I look in certain
Mhm.
times. Whenever I'm close to
Okay.
my period, I get really subconscious. Other times, I just don't give a fuck. But he'll sit there and look at me. He says, babe, he said, and I don't know whether this is the honest to God answer or whether this is his safe space answer. Both will suffice. Just for the record, I don't want you to stop saying this, baby. But he'll sit there and say, baby, you are as beautiful as you were the day I met you. That is the safest motherfucking answer this man could ever give. Because look here, if I look like buckwheat, he ain't gonna tell me that, and that makes me happy. Now, I'm not saying it ain't true. He may actually see that part of me that for some reason I can't see at that given time.
Right.
But I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate him sitting there and be like, so yeah, babe, you looking a whole like buckwheat. Like I need to get you a pick and just put that motherfucker right here, and you just need to rock that shit out. Like put on some boy clothes. You just need to rock that shit out there and see if somebody gonna call 911 because they think it's a stranger breaking into the house type shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very, very grateful for not having to deal with that. But I kind of feel like that was the same as the setup of. So do you think I look fat in that? Cause I ain't gonna lie, you ask me, I'm gonna sit there and say no. Mind you, being nice. Don't ask me again, bitch. Cause bitch, you look like a whole motherfucking whale. Cause obviously that's the fucking answer you want. You look like you look like you're a gargantuan bitch. You're huge.
Now I ain't trying to get killed. Now, okay,
Well,
I ain't.
see, look, you
Look,
ain't trying to get killed. She ain't gonna kill me, bitch. I can run. So I'm
okay,
not scared. Okay. I'm one of those. If you ask me something like that I think is stupid more than once or twice, I'm
yeah,
gonna assume
yeah.
that's the answer you want. So I'm gonna give you the motherfucking answer you want. Now my friends, they already know. Girl, don't ask me no stupid fucking question more than once.
I hear you, and here's the thing, like, um, when when you ask me if you know, uh, the same thing goes for men. Like, I want to know if I'm not doing well in the bedroom, I want to get it right. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Mm,
think it's fair for my lady not to be pleased or whatever. And let
mm.
me be very clear. I am in a relationship, Becky. I am in a relationship. Okay, a happy relationship. We happy over here. Um, I just want to throw that out. Very happy. Okay. Um, and 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 I'm not surprised by it because I think Princess asked her who left the relationship. She left the relationship for whatever reason. So I don't know what happened. Ain't none of my business. But we happy. We happy over here. I'm not single. I'm not single at all. I'm in a relationship. Happy relationship because we communicate and we actually talk to each other. She don't be over talking me and all that type of stuff, and I don't have to disrespect and go
Becky,
all
I would
crazy on her. Like it's just we have a
Becky,
conversation. That's what we
I
do over
would
here.
take it off, but I really do look like Buckwheat little cousin. I look like Coolio.
Stop it.
Back
Stop it.
back back in the day when this nigga was sitting here and talking about some what was that fucking song? You know what song I'm talking sitting there talking about some as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I take a look at my life. I look like Coolio little cousin. I promise I do. I'm still working on me, and I'm considering starting my dreadlock journey. I'm considering it.
I think
So
that'd be dope. I think that'd be really dope.
yeah,
I
that
think
shit lay down. That shit just gonna right
but
now.
I think that'd be really dope. Yeah, I done seen some dope. You know what? I think my lady is also thinking about doing the same thing. I don't know if she was serious, but I think she was. I think that's it's culturally, and I think that's culturally appropriate, and I think it's something about a I don't know. It's just like connecting with our ancestors when we do that.
And that's exactly
Me, I
why.
don't have a head for it. Like I don't. I'll probably look crazy. I
Here, I'll give y'all a hint of it. Okay, here.
don't think I look all right with it.
Some of my dreads are down here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
So,
All
but I
okay.
right.
got it covered up. That's all I'm showing, motherfuckers. That's all I'm showing. Because I really do look like
I,
Coolio, and I'm not trying to sit there and talk about some. We strayed in both our lives, walking in the blood, fair to die. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. So
Yeah. So I mean, um, yeah. So I mean, I think we, uh, Lord, Becky, yo, please. All right.
let's just go
That's
ahead
why
and
she's not
continue.
on the
I
panel right
love
now.
Becky though.
Look, and I'm. Here's the thing. I want to be very very clear. I will on the next show. I will give her a chance to respond. To everything that I said because I don't run from nobody, and that's including Becky. Yo, I don't want no smoke with you, Becky. I want to have a conversation. with you. A conversation. We as grown people right now, we having a conversation. I have not disrespected Miss Havoc. I don't believe so.
Mm-mm.
I have not disrespected Mama Wood Seven. I don't believe so. I but you have to understand these women are married.
Yes.
They're
There's that.
married. They have the
Yeah.
ring and the marriage certificate to prove that. Um but and no, I'm not running now. We had a scheduled program, and that's what we're sticking to. We're sticking to the program. I never disrespected you, Becky. Yo, I've stated multiple times. I come with love. I don't no ill will. No, I'm not even upset with you. I know what you're doing. I know what type of woman that I'm dealing with. So I'm not, and I stated that's why I stated the signs: shame, insult, guilt, and need to be right. That's who I'm dealing with. Why would I be upset with you? I'm not upset with you, but we're I'm just being honest. I don't want to sit here and sit here and lie to you, but I never disrespect you and I will never disrespect you. But you don't and what? But you ain't married. I am not married, but I was married. Yes, I was. I was married. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Men men choose okay, this is women have control over sex and when a baby is determined to be born. Men have control over relationships in commitment to marriage. That's why we propose. Now, I'm not saying that a woman
Oh.
hasn't proposed. What I'm saying traditionally, Miss Havoc, I'm saying
Mhm.
traditionally.
I'm hearing that.
Oh,
I know you
I,
heard
I'm
me
I'm
say,
I'm I
oh.
because I I'm not saying
I want
women
to ask
don't
something.
propose, and I don't knock that. I whatever. Hey, however you got to get your man, get your man. I ain't mad at you. Okay, I'm not mad at you. But what I'm saying traditionally, um, and like I said, I am a husband. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trained to be a husband by a husband. My parents have been married 34 years and counting. My mother even though she had a job or whatever, she made sure the food was cooked, home was well taken care of. She always made sure my father got his plate first and then the children. That's just how it was set up. I'm not knocking anybody else. I'm not saying what you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
She got his plate first and then the kids and then she served the children. That's just what it was. I stayed at that particular time. I stayed in the child's place.
Right.
Period, because that's
Right.
that's what I was. I was a child at
Mhm.
that time, and I stayed in my place. And he ran the household at the end of the day. But you best believe she definitely had her opinion about running the household. Okay, I want to be very clear. He did. Uh, my father didn't just treat her any type of way
Mhm.
because they would still not be married. They wouldn't be married. 34 years and counting. Okay,
Mhm.
so I've seen it. I see married how married people act, and I'm not saying they were perfect, and I'm not saying my father was perfect, and I'm damn sure not saying my mother was perfect. Okay,
Mhm.
what I'm saying is that they had the conversation, and they knew what the goal was, and that was forever. That's the goal. The goal for them, it was forever, and that's just what it was. I'm sorry, I digress.
Oh no, you're good. I just want to know if anybody else that's on the panel right now want to say something before I go ahead and start dropping some real truths because I think it's about that time.
Okay. Actually, since K Dot brought this up, I was just curious. What
Yes,
is your opinion on when the woman proposes?
Mm.
oh, I don't mind it at all.
So if your woman proposed to you, which is very non-traditional,
Very not
Yeah.
traditional. Yeah, she wouldn't do that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. She nah. I can tell. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. If we're being
oh no,
transparent,
that's
she would not do that. She would be like, Negro, please. Okay.
Well, that's okay.
I'm
All I'm
getting
gonna
on
say
my
on that
knees
note.
to propose to you, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I
Hold
think
on.
that,
I'm
but
not
but
saying that.
but to
Go
answer
ahead.
your okay, my cousin now his wife proposed to him. I don't think it was in one knee thing. I think they went to dinner and she gave him a ring and she wanted, and my cousin said yes. He knew what he wanted. Like wow, this is. But then
And
again, that's competing.
well,
But
all I'm gonna say is this:
go ahead.
is that you know what? A whole lot of men also thought that women wouldn't be on Snap and killed their ass too, and look what happened. Anywho,
Amanda, yes, that is real Becky O.
Yeah, yes, that is real Becky. Yes, that is real Becky. Yes.
okay, no. I'm not sitting there talking like that, Becky. I don't even know any real truths about you other than the awesome person I've seen, honey. But what I mean by real truth is this. Okay, so did you guys know that when it comes to relationships, we are actually attracted. We are not exactly attracted to the people, but we are actually attracted to the trauma that we see in other people,
That is true.
the
Yeah.
similar traumas. Hmm. Not only that, and mind you, you can have somebody that's been fucked up from like age of 5 to like whenever the fuck,
Yeah.
any trauma that has been acquired. If they sit there and recognize it in you, that's actually one of the main things that actually makes you attracted to them.
Oh, well, I mean, I can like for instance,
Hmm.
for me and my lady, or maybe the women I have dated in the past, I'm culturally connected to them from
Hmm.
trauma, and
Hmm.
call uh uh PTSD, and I'm not talking about the regular. I'm talking about post traumatic slave disorder. Um,
I like that. I like that because I got that problem too.
right. So I'm gonna automatically that's trauma already.
It is.
So I'm gonna connect with that person culturally. It could be just that.
Hmm.
Um, but no, you hit the nail on the head right there. But but
Well,
I
see,
think
you know me. I put it out there because a lot of times whenever I get on here, I'm always talking about healing. And some people they get tired of hearing it. And honestly, if you get tired of hearing it, then you might want to be tired of seeing my pretty face. Because honestly, I'm trying to heal as many people as I can, or not even me trying to heal. I'm
mhm.
trying to open up certain aspects so that you will know if you decide to start healing, what kind of healing that might be the best for you. And the
Okay.
reason I keep bringing that up is because there are actually 4 type of relationships. You have one type of relationship where you have 2 people who are actually in it as a means of control.
Yeah.
And I'm not sitting there and talking about just 2 people that constantly clash heads. I'm
Yeah.
talking about here's one form of control. Um, baby, I'm gonna go ahead and run your bath water. Tell me if this kind of sounds familiar to anybody. I'm gonna go ahead and make you a sandwich, and I'm gonna run your bath water, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna give you some time. But after that, I'm gonna need you to do blah 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 blah. Now, does that sound like a scenario, a familiar scenario that we've heard before? Hmm. Let me go ahead and break that down real quick.
Okay.
Honestly, that is a means of control via giving. If I go ahead and I give you something, I'm trying to control your outlook or your reaction based off of me giving you something, aka me giving you what you feel is love. Now you are susceptible to whatever issue that I need to be taken care of,
Okay.
especially if it was an issue that you were not prone to before. Another way we can say that is buttering you up. We've all heard that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
As that you sit there and make it real, real sweet, sit there and do real nice shit, and then you're like, bam, problem, fix it. um, but another means of control is whenever we're withholding sex or whenever we're actually
Oh,
overly giving sex. Now,
oh,
mind
I've experienced that. My
you,
ex-wife.
a lot
She
of times we've experienced
that.
the withholding. We
Mhm.
haven't experienced the overly giving. AKA, if I give you this and I give you this and I give you this, if you don't do what I want to do, I'm going to stop.
Yep.
It's not withholding. It's still a means in a form of control.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's
Um,
not.
Mhm.
That's
there,
also something somewhat type of a form of narcissism as well.
yes, it is.
So
There is a lot of things that I'm not gonna lie. Um, Whenever Exod and I got together,
okay.
one of the things that I noticed that we did, well, one of the things that he told me he did later, and we've made up for, but I'm not gonna lie, I didn't make it easy. Was initially whenever we got together, he had sat there before we got together, he had sat there and told me he was in a prior relationship, he didn't want a relationship. 2 days after I sat there and asked him for a relationship, and I kind of went back what I thought was my telling between my legs, because I mean, he was kind of who I had my eye on. I mean, I would go back to somebody else, but I really didn't want to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we sat there and we started having our relationship, I was made to jump through certain hoops. Now, mind you, he sits there and puts it as, I'm trying to make sure you do not have the same characteristics of my ex because that's how I was hurt.
Okay.
Okay. In my mind, it's like, okay, so I'm supposed to go ahead and just do this and do this and then give and give and give.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm being is tested. You know what I mean? And when I came to you, I came to you with the open, clean, healed heart. Does that make sense? Now, mind you, like I said, we've since then worked through this issue, and I did not make it easy for him. Boy, look, look, just be happy I don't know my pettier side, and that young lady is back in the past. Because, baby, Petty Betty was my nickname, okay? But all I'm saying is, even stuff like that, we had to sit there and do a whole lot of work and invest a whole lot of love, a whole lot of time into each other because of that. And that's actually whenever we really started communicating. Because for some reason, and yes, I'm guilty of this, I was one of those women that thought that men should be psychics and be able to read my mind. Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
I will never do that.
I was with him, and I'm sitting here like, okay, I've been with you for like 2 years now. You should know this. You should know that I like it. I want you to do this to my back or do this to
Right.
my blah blah blah. We're not going into details because I don't need any. Yeah.
But we
But
were
you
just
should
grown
know
and sexy. Just grown and sexy. We all good.
well, yes, but shit, I got stalkers. I
I
ain't
hear
trying to
you.
do
I hear
no,
you.
no. But I'm like, in my mind, you should know I like this. You should know I like that. You should know I like it like this without actually using my words to communicate. And this is gonna be so funny because has anybody heard of "Say It" by Neo? It's a song, and it's just say it. What he's talking about in the song is that he's sitting here and saying, you know what? I understand that I know you and I know your body very well, but I still want you to tell me exactly what you want me to do and how you want me to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
When I was younger hearing this song, I was just like, ooh, they better get that freak on. Ooh. And as I got older, I realized that, you know what, this man is literally sitting here and asking her, I understand what your mind is sitting here and telling you that we're preparing to sit there and have relations,
But
a
that's
physical
also
kind of
another form of
connection.
communication. Which
But
is
I still want you to communicate with me. It did not dawn on me until later, after that we still want that form of communication. Because I can only imagine being the guy that's sitting here and they're they putting in they swing, baby, they doing their thing, and then they had to ask you, so am I doing it good? Is it good? Do you like this? You know what I mean? Like, I never want to sit there and have, and not, luckily I've never had to deal with this with my husband, but I did have to deal with this from a couple exes.
okay.
Oh, well, am I doing it right? Do you like this?
Right.
Is your body reacting right? And I'm sitting here thinking, if you have to ask, then obviously the fucking answer is no, duh.
Right.
But I didn't realize that honestly, it was about communication. Whenever me and X I got together, baby, okay, so mind you, from past experiences, I like this, I like this, I like this. I love it when you do this. I love it when you do this. You know what? Sometimes there's certain areas I don't need you to do anything. I just want you to slightly touch. It'll sit there and work every time. Be able to sit there and communicate. I never understood the value of communication until we were able to communicate in our intimacy. Now, mind you, me, I like to play games with my husband. So a lot of times, one of the games, and no, he's not exactly in the S&M. Don't tell him it's S&M, y'all. Shut up. But One of the things I like about him is that, one of the games that we play, we'll sit there and sit in a chair
Okay.
and we will go ahead and have our eyes covered. And, we will go ahead and have our hands like in a little tie. It's nothing tight or anything like that, just something that we can easily get out of.
Mhm.
And then the other person gets to do what they know that the other person likes. So if he's the one that's in the chair and I'm the one being submissive and learning how to please my man, because this is something that we used to do a while ago, learning how to please him. Doing this, I get to learn where to kiss him, where to lick him, where to touch him, just slightly, not even a whole touch. And then I get to sit there and see his physical response, but not only that, but if there's something that I'm doing that he doesn't like, he can verbally tell me, aka communication. But this is also a way that you can learn communication with their body language. If you sit there and just see them. Now, don't get so carried away. It's supposed to be a teasing game, y'all, not a fucking game. It's a tease, okay?
Right, right,
But you're supposed to be able to intimately learn your partner,
right.
okay?
Mhm.
And I love it whenever he does it to me, and it's honestly as well as the turn on gets.
It's getting hot in here.
I'm sorry,
It's getting hot
y'all.
in here.
Look,
No,
it's
no,
a
no,
grown folk
no. This is grown and
conversation,
sexy.
baby.
This is grown and
Yeah,
sexy. I love it.
yeah.
But
Go ahead.
as
Go ahead,
as
Exile
much
One. I
as
know that thing.
the turn on, it's one of those that
No.
as women, you know, a lot of women know that, okay, you can sit there and give your boyfriend a blowjob and you're going to get a certain response, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you know that you could actually get the same response if you sit there and lick in I'm not going to sit there and tell y'all where, but just lick in certain areas, experiment, motherfuckers.
Okay.
Um, but certain areas that's not actually touching that at all. And you can sit there and get the same response.
Mm.
Wow.
Try it out. Y'all can thank me later. And if y'all about that life, please swallow the kids. He'll thank
Hello.
you later.
Oh man. Woo.
But in anywho, the whole
You
thing
preaching.
is what I would sit here and talking about healing, because part of healing is communication, and part of
Yeah.
communication is not only mentally knowing what you want, but also physically knowing what you want and how the other responds. And initially, whenever you can sit there and start your communication this way, it actually makes it a little easier to be able to communicate about other things, aka things that might be bothering you before it becomes a blowout argument or a fight.
Mhm.
And ways to be able to communicate. Now, mind you, like we were sitting there and doing with the little testing and things of this nature, we get to learn a lot about our partners, especially about their body language. The reason that is important is because K Dot, if you're doing the same thing with your girl and then she sits there and does this, and you know that this is the same sound she makes whenever you were sitting there and doing that little test. And right before she sat there and told you she did not like this, she sat there and made that same. Now, you know what? Now you're able to sit there and learn. Okay, obviously she doesn't like this, so let me
Mhm.
stop.
Mhm.
Obviously she doesn't like where this conversation is
Right.
going. So let me stop. It's not
Yeah.
it's not her being disrespectful. It's her sitting there and expressing that she doesn't like this. Vice versa. Now, let's say that whenever she's sitting here and doing something, you sit there and you tend to clench up. Okay. And then, the whole putting your head back, eyes rolled. We're not even gonna get into all that. But guess what? Whenever you guys are sitting there having a conversation and she's sitting there asking you, well, babe, um, I went ahead and I got a Valentine's. I have a Valentine's gift, but I don't know which one you want.
Mhm.
Do you want this? Do you want this? Or do you want this? Once again, all she has to do is sit there and look for this whenever she says you hear a certain word. Just a little tense.
Okay.
The same type of tense you kind of did right before you did that. That's the one. Women, we're very, very good with subtle. Or a baby look. I'm telling you, we can sniff subtle out in a fucking crowd. Okay,
Okay.
we're good at it.
Agree.
So I'm telling you, look,
Okay.
once again, and the reason I sat there and I put it in a sexual way is because a lot of times sexuality tends to open up people's ears to be able to learn other shit.
Mhm.
So whenever you're doing this, learn each other. Okay. Now, women, this is not to be used as your man is supposed to be psychic and know what the fuck you want because y'all doing this shit. It might work some cases and ain't gonna work every time. The man ain't psychic. That's women, but that's another conversation for another day. But I'm just saying. I have had a fake orgasm, not with Exile. I have had a fake orgasm. That is a hilarious story. But being that that's the ex partner, we're not going to talk about that
You know,
because it's not a problem I'm ever going to have again.
no,
So,
no. You know what? My lady actually had asked me, "Have you ever faked an orgasm?" I said, "Yeah."
What?
it ain't hard to
Men
do.
do it too. Men do it too. Trust.
I'm
But
just saying.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's. Again, that's. I think that's in me taking accountability. I don't think that's honest. I think that's still lying. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the, how am I supposed to have my lady, fix the issue? And I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about past relationships.
Right.
She asked me the question. I want to be clear.
Mhm.
Um, no problem in that department at all. But anyway, um, but I think that's emotional
Mhm.
intelligence.
Yeah.
Communication.
Uh,
It is.
to communicate with your partner and being like, hey, okay, the other night, you know,
Right. I really didn't
you
like
was
whenever
a
you
little
did such
off.
and such
You
and
know what I'm
such.
saying? And that's okay. And I look, because I'm not gonna be like, oh man, fuck
I,
that bullshit. I was getting you to business. No, no. If I wasn't, then just be honest, so I can know how to please. Please, I don't know, Mama Wolf Seven. Have you ever had that experience? Uh, or those difficult conversations with people maybe you've dated in the past. I'm not talking about your current relationship. I'm talking about, have you ever had that issue?
uh, no. Honestly, no. My husband's the only guy I've been with. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hey.
okay. Hello. Good morning. I mean, my and mind you, my mom has been with my dad my uh since she was 18, and she's
Mm.
only been with my father.
Mm.
So I mean, that's also
That's a
rare. I
beautiful
mean,
thing.
I think that's a wonderful thing,
Mm.
you know. Um, so I I mean, that's just okay, Becky. Yo, okay. She's
It's okay. Let's go ahead and carry on. But at the
feel
end of
upset,
the day,
and that's
um,
fine, and that's fine. She could be upset. That's fine, Becky. Yo,
let me ask mommy this. Mommy, have you ever tried anything like spontaneous? Here's one of another things I used to sit there and do with Exiled, and I used to love doing this because it would piss him off. Well, it wouldn't what piss him off. It wouldn't piss him off, but I thought it was fucking hilarious. Okay, so he would be on the Xbox, sitting here playing. My favorite time to do it is whenever back in the day when they had Gears of War.
uh-huh.
He was either playing Gears of War, he was playing he would be playing something like Halo, Gears of War, Destiny, shit where he had to focus and it was a fight, a shooting game, right?
Hmm.
I sit there and open up his pants and sit there and give him a blowjob. I sit there and tell him this: if you sit there, if you get shot, your blowjob stops.
That
Mhm.
ain't even right.
Against the law. I think I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look
Well,
that
look,
up. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and,
look
and
for it. I think, isn't there a statue on that? There's a statue, right?
no,
Go.
no, no, no. I mean, look, at the
There's a
end of the
statue,
day,
right? That's
Awesome.
a federal statue. We gotta
but
look at
look,
That
that.
is
y'all can
awesome.
say what y'all want to say, but,
No,
but
I
look,
think it's awesome.
I
that's
think that's
awesome.
but
also
look
part of
here,
the Eighth
this
Amendment.
motherfucker became
Cruel and
one of the
unusual
best fucking
punishment.
players out there, though.
I
Boy,
think that,
look,
yeah, I think it violates that man's Eighth Amendment rights. Cruel and unusual punishment.
I can
Oh,
hear
I,
Seven Freedom over there in the background going, "Don't get any ideas, woman."
yeah, yeah. What the hell? What is that?
oh
What is
no,
that?
hold on. I
Wait a
was
minute. Wait,
doing
if
it.
I get shot, wait a minute. I got shot. I should be catered to.
sorry about your luck.
What
No,
is that? Like, what? I got
No,
shot.
I like it. I'm sticking
You
to it. Sorry
fulfill.
about your luck. You got shot. That's
all,
amazing.
all, all I'm
I'm
saying is I used to do that so much, and it was
oh
hilarious because we have like an Xbox click of
Yep,
friends.
I'm putting a lock on my underwear. Fuck that. You're not gonna play with me. You're not finna play with me, young lady. No,
Dude,
no.
All
What are
I'm
you doing down there? I'm
saying,
enjoying my game. I was not bothering you, and I know what you're trying to do. No, ma'am.
what
oh
is
No,
god.
it?
ma'am.
Look.
Don't you do that.
Hey, we
Don't
gonna
you
sit there and
unzip
test which
that.
one's gonna shoot first, you or it. Which
Oh.
one comes first? It's a
You
test.
all lucky my phone's fucked up. I can guarantee you that right now.
Yeah, I told you he was in the
Look, I
background.
can
I
bring
heard
X
him.
out right here, right now. We still are friends with all of our Xbox Live
You're
friends,
right.
and
You're right, Eliza. You're
it would
right.
always. We had one, and this is like my goddaughter. Oh my gosh. Alina, I love this girl. She would always sit there and say, because she would always sit there and call my husband like her dad. So he was always like the play dad because, he was the one that was always giving her advice and stuff like this because she didn't have a dad in her life. So he was always giving her male advice. So she would sit there and say one or two things. She would go, dad's fucking up. Okay, so hi, mom. Hi, mom. I know you're there. I know you can hear me. Or she would sit there and say, dad, mom wants you to focus. Focus, dad. Focus. So he's getting yelled at in his ear while he's sitting here and doing this, and he's not allowed to. The whole eye rolling and the head back, he's not allowed to do it. He better sit there and stay focused.
Right.
And yeah, afterwards, every single time they sat there and they heard me, they're like, "Oh man, look, we ain't even gonna sit there and put X out on. We all about to die."
So okay, yo, you have a good night. We love you. Here on this channel. Um, wish you nothing but respect, and
I love you, Becky. O.
we love you.
I'm
Period.
back.
And thank you for. I know you chomped my ass off, and that's okay. That's okay. I can deal with that. But regardless, I'm coming at you with love, honor, and respect. I respect you. I love you, and I want you to be safe out there. And thank you for what you do. At the end of the day, because she does. She she's a wonderful person.
But
But
get ready because February 12th, you've already said you'll put
oh
her
yeah,
on.
I know. She's gonna cuss me the fuck out. I know. But we
She
gonna have
will
rules.
pull
We still
you
gonna have.
out.
Huh? I know she's gonna cuss me out. I'm probably not gonna get a word in.
I'm just
I don't think anybody's gonna get a word in. So I don't even think there should be another panel. Like
Yes,
okay.
you
All
do.
right, Becky. Yo, yep. I'm a piece of shit. Yep. Yep. Understand. Yep. Mhm.
Don't even say that. All you can do is just nod your head because you're not
Yep.
even gonna
It's
get a chance
not.
to say
Yep.
Becky.
Mhm. Yep, Becky.
I love me some
Yeah,
Becky though.
But
we all
I
do.
love Becky. Yo.
I love Becky though.
Period. She's just. I love you. So, just God bless.
But I mean,
Um,
this is the,
but we
oh,
got
go ahead.
about 11 more minutes in the show. Um, so we
Only
gotta
11.
make it real good. Yeah, I know good. It's getting good. It's getting good. But this is we this. I think this is a dope show tonight, man. We've had ups and we had some roller coasters in this. Um,
Mhm.
uh, yeah. So, Mama,
yes.
what is the secret to a successful marriage thus far? And then I'm gonna ask Eliza the same question and go.
Don't even hear that.
I'll put you on the spot. Huh? I'll put you on the spot.
I would say communication for us. So we have kids, and so we don't really, when we get that moment to actually sit down and talk, that's for us, that's where it's at, is being able to communicate with each other.
Okay.
And that's how it works for us.
Okay.
And that's not for maybe it don't work that way for everybody, but that's how it works for us. We have a house.
And let me throw something in there. I do know Seven Freedoms and Mama Wolf personally.
Mhm.
They've been to my house. I've been to their house.
Mhm.
We are personally connected, not just the internet.
Right.
I'm going to say they do have, especially her,
Mhm.
of a communication thing that I really actually think is neat because literally Seven Freedom is very outspoken. And sometimes he needs to shut the hell up. And Mama Wolf would literally just look at him and snap her fingers. And it's not a dominating thing. It's a, you're getting out of control. Let's calm down.
Mhm.
It's not a demasculating type
Oh, no.
snap. It's a, hey, check. And it's like Seven Freedom. As soon as she snaps her fingers, he's like, oh shit. Okay.
Let me back up.
It's really weird because I've actually sit there and watched them to just look at each other a certain way,
Mhm.
and it's almost like they were communicating, like almost as if they said something to
Mhm.
each other.
Well, no, you
And
know,
I think that's really neat.
no, it's dope. It's funny that you say that, Road Dog, because when I was married and I went to therapy and all those type of things, my therapist told, when you do this tool, when I give you this tool and this exercise to try out, I want you to give it to the person that you trust the most. And obviously, it was my wife. So the tool was basically anger levels, 10 being the highest, 0 being the lowest. And she gets to rate how high and low I am. She
Mhm.
said, okay, babe, you're at an 8 right now. Let's see if we can try to bring it down to a fight, to a 5. And automatically it triggers my mind to be like, oh, okay. I'm so, and right, it's not, it, and it might sound silly to other people, but again, that's why you do it with people that you trust. You know
I
what I'm
like
saying? And like, okay, you're at a 9, sweetheart. Let's try to get you down to a 7. And then it's just like, oh, okay. All right. How you feeling? All right, I'm still upset. And we're talking through it, right? We're
Mhm.
talking through it. Okay. All right, you got a 7 right now. Okay, cool. Let's get you down to a 5. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Now, what I was trying to say, and it's always great in communication to try to repeat the same thing that
Mhm.
your significant other said, so that gives them a response that you're actually listening to them.
Mhm.
Okay, so what you said was you went to the store today, and just so we're getting that right, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you have that, uh uh that that's the thing that I guess what I'm referring to. And in communication, so when she does the snapping thing, again, indirectly that tells him, okay, I need to chill, and that's
Mhm.
just something that they have, and that's
Hmm.
cool, you know
I
um
honestly, I think it's really neat because um,
I think it's
when
dope.
they first heard about it, he was actually going into court,
Uh-huh.
and the guards, whatever you want to call them, that were standing out there as you walk in, were getting mouthy with him. And
Yeah.
of
Mm.
course, he automatically jumped at him, and she snapped her fingers, and it was like he just went from I'm going to say an 8 down to
Rage
a 2,
mode. Mhm.
Yeah.
like literally just like, oh,
Okay.
okay.
Shit,
And it wasn't a
It wasn't a controlling thing. It was
I
almost
think it
right.
was
kind of.
an accountability thing. I think it was
Well,
an
no, it's
Right.
accountability.
It was a you're about to get in trouble. Let's take it down a notch kind of
Right.
thing.
well,
Right.
okay, here, let me ask this of mommy. Is it more of a I need to make you aware thing? Because a lot of
Hmm.
times whenever we start to
Yeah.
rage out, we kind of,
Yes.
that the other part of our brain that is cognitive and that is the part that actually does the analyzing of a safe and sound situation kind of turns off. So it's kind of re-bringing awareness to what's going on and then sitting there saying, oh,
Right.
Correct.
you know.
Yeah. You said it correctly. He'll he'll go from 0 to 60 in a half second,
Mm-hmm.
And
and
that's
I
on
have.
his slow days.
I mean, honestly, I used to have that same issue, and then I actually kind of started doing it with me. One of the things that I do, um, normally do to during through the day is I'll sit there and ask, okay, so how, I'll sit there and say, okay, Eliza, how are we feeling? And I mean, I won't say it out loud, but I'll think it. How are we feeling? And
Right.
then the only the next part of that is that I have to answer 100% honestly. So right now is, how are we feeling? Oh, well, I'm feeling, really irritable because such and such and such and such. Okay, well, what is it about such and such and such and such that's really bothering you? Not what really irritates you, but what is it that's really bothering you? And in the mindset of why can't you let it go? Why is it that it's still lingering around? And then I have to sit there and answer myself, on a deeper level of, okay, so this bothers me because, like I feel like I'm losing control. I feel like, I'm not being heard. I feel like I'm not being, catered to or loved, or I don't feel like I'm getting what I feel like I want or deserve. It can be many different reasons, but that's just one of the things that often I'll sit there and I do with me. And I do this periodically throughout the day. The best time for me to do it though is whenever I notice I am like, I'm very, very chill. I'm somewhat goofy. I'm pretty cool from time to time. I say time to time because, honey, the times my parents is here, I don't even want to be here, much less anybody else. I'm going to exclude those parts. But, a lot of times I'm real chill. So I know whenever I start kind of getting out of my chill zone, if that makes any kind of sense. So then the first thing I want to do is sit there and say, okay, so what's going on? Why is it that we feeling some type of way?
So
Even if it's subtle,
Yeah.
and that's when you actually start digging deep. And whenever you start digging deep and you can kind of nail it and see it for what it truly is
right.
at that exact issue, then you can fix it before it sits there and it becomes something large. And then you can sit there and say, all right, so now we can go back to being chill, cool, whatever. Hey, we can go back to being in a kind of like a happy zone or a happy place. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And
So yeah,
go ahead.
I have my question for you. The same question I have for Mama Wolf
Okay.
7. What's the
Um,
secret?
what is it? What is the secret?
Because I feel successful is to me is consistent. Um uh I wouldn't say by the book, but spontaneous, interesting, always different. Um uh it can be combative
Mhm.
sometimes. Uh but the goal is forever. So what is the secret? I'm listening.
Well, my answer to that would be acceptance of a few things. Understanding that the person that you marry right now might not be the same person that you're going to be with like in 10 years. Okay.
Okay.
What I mean by that is to understand that everybody changes, everybody grows. The person you have, as far as their mentality, their likes, their dislikes, might not be exactly the same. Whenever you go to get married, you are not marrying the way this person is right now in their life forever, because everybody will grow and change.
Okay.
That's one part. The second part is to be able to know that, marriage is marriage is work. It's not gonna, I mean, sometimes it's quite enjoyable, but it's not gonna be something that's easy. And it's the old saying, you know, if it's easy, it ain't worth it. But if it's worth it, it ain't gonna be easy.
Mm,
So whenever you have that understanding, along with the person, the mindset of the person that you're with right now is not always going to be there. So you're going to end up having to be married to different types of people, aka elevated mindset, growth, learning with age and time. This can come with physicals as well as I mostly say mental because my husband still looks close to the same we did whenever we got married.
sure.
Um, I just understand these things, and the last part of that would be, to constantly be open to loving yourself as well as loving your partner. You cannot give from an empty cup. Your partner cannot give from an empty cup. With that being said, you also have to understand it is not your partner's responsibility to make you happy.
I agree with that 100%. 100.
That is the strongest part because a lot of times that's why a lot of people get married.
Mm,
Understand that it is not their responsibility to make you happy. It is your responsibility to fill up your own fucking cup. And
yep.
if you can fill up your cup and you guys can do it together,
Yeah.
then no matter what, you will always be happy. And now you will have somebody to share your happiness with.
Right.
Understand the way I put that. I didn't say you're gonna have somebody to be happy with. I didn't say you're gonna have somebody to make you happy. You are gonna have someone to share in your happiness that you are making by filling your own cup with. Okay. And
Hmm.
whenever they're sitting there and putting in the same work, oh, life becomes beautiful no matter how hard it is. Understand life is still gonna be hard because, well, um, welcome to the US corporation. I hope you enjoy your stay. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be traumatizing, if that makes
Okay.
any sense.
Well,
So those would be my three key points to sit there and the secrets to a successful marriage.
I agree.
And
Um,
swallow.
it,
I said
And
what I
I
said.
and I would
oh,
definitely throw
all of 'em.
understanding in there as well.
I
Yes,
understand.
understanding and
Absolutely.
communication. And
Absolutely.
Yep.
swallowing. I said what I
So,
said.
before we get to the final thoughts, I do have one more question, for both of the ladies on the panel, and I'm gonna start with Mama Wolf Seven,
Mm,
and then I'm gonna end with the with my co-host, and then we'll wrap it up with the final thoughts. So, pertaining to the subject matter of, obviously, do you have to get, what advice can you give uh, a girlfriend to make sure, um, to contribute of her getting the ring to a marriage, if that makes sense?
mm.
Mama Wolf Seven, go ahead. You still there?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, that.
here.
All
She's just
right, go
cutting
ahead.
out.
Go ahead.
uh, make sure you're honest, open with who you are to him, and make sure this is what you want. Because
Mhm.
honestly, at the end of the day, divorce is not cheap. It's expensive. So be honest and be you. Don't try to be somebody else. Be you. Like I said, make sure it's what you want because and you're willing to put in the work.
Okay.
If you're not willing to put in the work, you're wasting time. That's how I
All right. Miss Eliza,
I had three pieces of advice again. I'm sorry.
go. I'm asking you that.
No, I said I had
You
three
want me to
pieces
repeat your
of advice
question, or
again.
do you want?
Yeah, here's my first piece of advice. Make sure that's what you want and don't get starstruck by the term marriage. Because I think that's a lot of problem. A lot of people aren't actually ready to be a spouse. They just get excited when they hear that word because that's what we've been trained to do. And then afterwards, they don't understand that, they're in some shit that they weren't ready for.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first piece of advice. Second piece of advice is if you are ready for that, and this is the person that you want to marry, regardless of whether it be a man or woman,
Mhm.
you need to go ahead and start portraying the role as if you're already a wife. Okay. We can sit there and put it in many different ways. Sit there and say, go ahead and start acting your part so that way it can come to you. If you all are enlightened, literally you're attracted to you. If you guys are biblical or, of Christian denomination, then, go ahead and the whole a man that finds the wife finds a good thing and all that. But at the end of the day, if you start doing things that wives do, then that literally will pretty much put you where you feel you need to be. Thirdly, third piece of advice to all these young ladies who want to be wives out there, or to any advice that I can sit there and give them, the third piece is this. Understand early on that this is not Cinderella. This is not happily ever after the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
There is actually another day after that you wake up and a new life begins. Okay. And honestly, make sure that's what you want. And if it's not what you want, don't feel obligated or forced to sit there and try to go in that shit to make anybody else happy. You do what is best for you. If you don't want to be married, then don't fucking get married. Don't let somebody else pressure you into doing something that you yourself kind of know in all honesty that you're not ready for.
Okay.
I think that is the biggest piece of advice. We could sit there and talk about marriage all day long, but at the end of the day, I was already ready to be a wife before I ever got with my husband. Actually, I was. My ex-out is my second husband.
And to I think just to add to that, if you don't want to be married, right, don't waste that person's time. Don't
Communicate that.
communicate that. I think you should let that person know I'm not ready for that. But don't allow yourself to complain about it as far as being lonely as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's if no one can have it all. You know, I respect the boss. I respect the boss chicks out there. But you also have to understand that there's consequences to that as well. It's going to be harder to find a man because you are so busy and stuff like that. I don't have time to date. I mean, I think what they have rent-a-gents now.
The fuck is that?
You can rent a man, literally, just like an escort service.
Why the fuck would I want to rent a man?
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sure can. Because
The one I got drive me crazy. Why the fuck I want to rent one? That's money.
Maybe you're
you might have company parties coming up, and
Right.
you need somebody to look good on your arm. And I mean, seriously, honestly, to tell you the truth, in high value men, as far as corporate level, that's actually a part of their package. Escorts.
Mhm.
Think am I lying, Road Dog? I'm not.
Nope.
That's part of the package.
Every citizen is called
Part of the package. And
Yeah, and we're not
Yeah.
talking about hooker kind of escort.
we're talking about
It's literally a girl that will go to dinner, act as a date,
Yeah.
that looks good on your arm, and goes home at the end of the night.
Right, and that's if she decides to.
I'm
If-
sorry, I
if
can't
you-
get past this
if
whole
God
rent.
just
Rent
happens
means
to-
pay ahead of time.
Right.
Rent means
Right.
down payment, like a deposit.
But
And does
but
that mean I
women-
get my money back after the date, or what the fuck?
no,
Like,
no. You pay to rent a man because
fuck?
they're
Wow.
too busy
Oh.
being the boss ladies and they don't have time for a relationship. So
Well, I'll put it to you like this:
in certain
Right. If that's
events,
something that works out for them, then you know what? That's great. Honestly,
right?
I kind of get that. If you really don't want to be bothered with the whole dating scene, but you just kind of want somebody there.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. I mean, honestly, maybe I'm too poor for this kind of that part
I
of
mean,
the conversation.
hell, you can pay they have services to where if you want to pay somebody to cuddle with you,
Oh no, I
What?
know because I used to work with.
and they ain't
Never mind.
they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
Look,
But anyway,
I'm an all-around hustler. Don't judge me. I don't care if you judge me or not.
hey,
Look,
no judgment
I'm
over
a
here.
hustler. I get
No
my
judgment
paper,
over here.
okay, but look, when I was
We
single, I
being
was getting my
transparent. We ain't no judgment
Right.
over here. You would not being judged.
No,
It's all
beforehand,
good,
whenever
Mr.
I was
Liza.
single,
It's all good.
No,
And
whenever I was
so
single, I had that kind of job to where everything was going good until I got this old man that was in a wheelchair that was trying to stalk me.
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I was stuck. Go ahead.
We we kind of ran out of time. All right, let's end the show with final thoughts. And Eliza, I'm gonna start with you if you wanna go first or you wanna.
I talk too damn much. Y'all good? Go ahead.
Okay,
I done already
okay,
gave my
okay.
final thought. You good.
Road Dog, we're gonna start with you, man. What's your final thoughts, sir, before we end the show?
Yeah, start with me. All in all, I think people just need to treat each other with respect. Don't give in. If you have a certain person you're looking for, don't settle.
Mhm.
Do not sit there and find somebody and well, they're 60% of what I want. Because chances are, in the long run, it's not going to work or you're not going to be happy, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't change for somebody else. If it's something that you see, yeah, that is something I'd like to change about myself, and that person is willing to help you work on that, awesome, do it.
Great. Right.
But if it's something you are dead set on, like you are set in your ways, this is the way you are, don't sit there and go, yeah, I'll change. Because what's going to happen is 5 years down the road, you're going to revert back. 2 years down the road, you'll revert back. Be true to yourself.
Right.
Be true to the one you love. And just love each other for who they are, not who they can be.
That part. See you for
And
later.
All right.
I will take it over to Mama Wolf. I was saying I was going to give it over to Mama Wolf.
I'm just gonna say, be happy with who you are.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're happy with who you are, you'll be able to stay focused on what you want.
Right.
And be what you with. Be true.
I can dig that. I can dig that. Definitely. Okay, Miss Eliza, my co-host. What
no,
your
I had
thoughts?
already said it. You know what? Make sure that you can do the things that will allow you to fill up your own damn cup. Remember, whenever we're looking for happiness, we're not looking for somebody else to make us happy. We are looking for somebody, if they choose to spend your happiness to experience your happiness with you. And honestly, if they are not on your level, do not be ashamed to sit there and tell them, "Hey, this ain't working. Gotta go. Assalamu alaikum."
So Lego Salam. All right, my final thoughts is have the conversation. Like we just did. Have the conversations. We want to see people in more relationships. We want to see not just that, but we want to see more people in marriages. If you want to be married, and then just but you have to do the work. I think my favorite verse is faith without work is dead. I think that was my favorite verse. Uh, um, and the thing is, uh, you have to make sure that you are transparent with your partner. If you want, and not only that, but as far as the subject title, no. To answer your question, to answer the question,
Yes.
no.
I
You have to put in the work. If you want to be a wife, it's not just a title; it is a duty. Just like the same thing with a husband. But the thing is, we control that. Traditionally we control that, and if it's you have to make sure that you put in that work. You can't just come in and, like the thing on the video, and shit's everywhere, and nothing's being done, and then being entitled. Because here's the thing. I ask I ask some of the single ladies out there who, I use the word compete, and they get so offended by this. But I ask you, men, real true men, we concentrate on outcomes.
Mhm.
Don't care about anything. We pay attention to outcomes. The people who have successful winning outcomes, do they compete, or are they entitled? You have to ask
Competition.
yourself this. You have to ask yourself that question. The people who get winning results or successful results, do they compete or are they entitled? And I leave you with that. And that's my final thoughts. I love everybody on this panel. This was a great show this evening. I appreciate the conversation. Well, we will have more. Trust me, we will have way more.
Yes,
Ain't that
we
right,
will.
Miss Eliza?
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
Mama Wolf Seven, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
Um, I know I was a bit of a roller coaster, and you was like, well, hold on, wait a minute, Kate, wait a minute. Uh, hold on now, let me ask you some questions. Um, Again, I appreciate everybody being respectful to each other and honoring each other's thought process and everything. Thank you to the people in the chat. Appreciate it. If you
Mhm.
guys love what we do on this channel, and like I said, I'm more than just a cop watcher. No, I want the audience to grow and evolve, not just
Mhm.
grow. I want evolve with me on different certain topics. You know what I'm saying? I think this
Mhm.
is very, very important to me. Um, because we need to see more families together. Families are not really celebrated like they used to be, and we
Mhm.
got to get back to that dynamic on family. We're not meant to be alone. We're meant to be with somebody. That's how God designed us to be, and we are meant to be with somebody, and that's how I truly feel. And so, um, uh, again, I even I even thank the trolls tonight that were in the chat. Appreciate you. Regardless, you were still watching. uh, you still watching, motherfuckers. Um. Uh. uh um. Again, Becky O, we love you.
Love
But
you, Becky.
we love you, Ricky. But you don't run this show, ma'am. Uh, I run this show, and I want to be very clear. I run this show. I guess I'll have to answer to you the next show, and I will do so because I don't run from anybody. And again, I love you. I want you to have a good night. I want everybody to have a good night. And that's gonna be interesting. Tune in next time.
February 12th.
Same K channel. Same K dot.
Not the same time though.
Not the same
Time.
time.
Try time. It's too late to get cussed out. I gotta be alert. I'm like, I need to hear every single cuss word that comes out of Becky O's mouth. Uh,
Mm.
uh, so I hear her correctly and clearly. Um, but yeah, thank you guys for being on the show. I appreciate you. Love y'all very, very, very much. Thank you guys for being on the show. If you support what we do, please look at the Cash App, $ DJK.123. That's again $ DJK.123. So we can produce more content, more subject matters, and we can have better equipment. Eventually I want to have a green screen or something
I
like
need to
that.
put my cash app out there
Yes,
too.
yes, yes, yes. If
I just can't
and
remember what
Princess,
the fuck it is
Princess,
right
thank you for being one of my minds. Thank you. I know you didn't agree with some of my subject matters. That's okay. But it's all love. If somebody can put Eliza's information as far
now.
her cash
Yeah,
app
like
in there.
no,
Uh,
my cash app is on my page, so you have to go to
okay.
my page and then just
No,
in
no,
the
no.
right
Shout it
one.
out real quick. Shout it out real quick.
I gotta remember, I'm getting old now.
Oh Lord.
I'm
Okay.
getting old.
And
Hold on. I
support
think
Mama
I'm
Wolf
going ahead and
too.
put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah, support Mama Wolf to support her channel. Go like, subscribe. and see what she got
There we
over
go.
there. And yeah, so I thank you guys for. There you go. There's the Cash App right there. That
Yep,
was
there it is.
live
I
chat.
had to remember it. I used to have to.
There you go. Even Road Dog put the link right there. I know that's right, Road Dog. Thank you, sir.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So
But
again, guys,
next time we do this, can we go ahead and I'm gonna use Restream so that way I can sit there and stream it on yours and mine, so that way we can go
okay,
ahead and get
that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect.
yeah.
All right, guys. It is. I appreciate y'all again for being on the show. Please support the channel. I love each and every one of you guys. I appreciate your support. Thank you so very much. Also, I'm also wearing my shirt DJ K'd at the party. Merch coming soon. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Merch coming soon. Love each and every one of you guys. Please support the channel. Thank you. It's your boy DJ K Dot, and I'm out. One love.